Welcome to Benton. We are here tonight. We're going to do a little bit of testing to make sure we got all our audio and visual working correctly. There's 4 minutes to go in the JV game. Sheridan JV is up 48 to 30, 50 to 30 now. So we're going to just test a few things here and see how things are working out.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Sounds good on the YouTube, man.
All right, good. So it seems like everything's working. If there are any issues along the way, please contact myself or Braden or Charlie, and we will get back with you in just a few minutes after the JV's game's over with, and during warm-ups of the varsity game, and we'll talk a little bit about what to expect tonight.
Starters.
All right, about 6 minutes. Welcome back to Benton. We are here. The girls' game is about 6 minutes from starting. Teams around the court warming up. I'm joined by Coach K, Charlie Kinzer tonight. We're ready to watch the Panthers and the Yellowjackets, starting with the girls, and then move on to the boys' game, which is a battle of two undefeateds in conference. So we'll start with the girls' game, and tonight it's all about the Grant County Saline County rivalry and a 3-3 Sheridan team, and I think Benton is their conference record.
2 and 4.
Yeah, Benton's probably, I think they're 2 and 4. So hopefully we can look good tonight. Benton has pretty much one player according to their coach, and she can really shoot the lights out. But let's talk Sheridan for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we land here at the scorers table tonight, first time we've been down on the floor, going to kind of get to be in the game tonight. It's going to be fun. But when you look at the Yellowjackets over the last week, two games last week in conference, lost a tough one at Lakeside and then won a big one on Friday night versus Whitehall. I think you got to start talking about Belle Smith and the way she kind of broke out of her shell last week, scoring the ball, rebounding really well. She had a great week.
Started in the second half against El Dorado the week before, right? Carried over to the Lakeside game. And then Friday night against Whitehall, huge crowd, big game. Sheridan really needed a win, and Belle has answered the call.
20-plus points on Friday night at home against Whitehall, and she's rebounding well for taking care of the basketball. Had a really good week last week.
And when you do that, so you kind of against against Whitehall Friday night, when Belle is doing that stuff, it opens other things up. Lily made a couple shots, right? So it opens things up for Lily a little bit. You saw Ainsley Stevens get into the basket. You saw, the things that these girls could. Kinley Melton came in. Addie Grimmett played solid. It seems like, and this is most teams, when the seniors are in it and the seniors are playing and the seniors are doing well, it just trickles down and everybody seems to get together and you start to see really fun things.
Absolutely. And like we always say, I feel like we're a broken record. We say a lot of the same stuff, but tough place to play on the road in our conference here in Benton's Arena, another small confined space. They have not gone to the big arena yet, so it's going to be loud in here tonight. As we kind of think about the overall conference makeup right now, I'd say that both of these teams are in it. Talking to Coach Breakbill today, we're still a possibility to be all the way up to the 2. Probably playing for the 3-4 kind of spot, more based on where we are and where everybody else is. But as we go along, these wins on conference nights are a big deal.
It's a huge deal. You have, like I said, if Benton's 2 and 4, we're 3 and 3. Lake Hamilton, of course, is probably the cream of the crop right now in the conference. Lakeside was the number 2. I believe they got beat by El Dorado Friday night. So what does that do for the conference? We've lost to El Dorado head-to-head, so we lose. We got to, when we get them back at home, we need to win that game and win it by, I don't remember what the score was, but we'll have to win it. We'll have to be thinking tiebreaker because it could very easily come down to Whitehall, El Dorado, Lakeside, and Benton. And they say Texarkana's better this year. But you could come down to conceivably, 5 teams vying for 2 spots. For 3 spots if you count Lakeside, from the 2 to 4. So, big game. Like you said, every night's a big game now. As we look forward, we've got this Benton game tonight and then Texarkana later this week that I've heard. I think they're thinking about moving to Thursday night.
Thursday night's not going to happen. There were not enough referees in the state. When we called our referee assigner to move Friday to Thursday because of the impending weather, we weren't able to get referees, so it will not be Thursday night.
Hey, you and I have done youth basketball a week ago.
I'm not going to run up and down with high school basketball, especially.
Well, have you not watched the referees around here? You just got to stand about halfway. You don't have to run up and down, Coach. That's a joke, kinda. So,
About a minute left as Coach Breakville calls his team over. Again, I'm kind of excited. We're basically on the bench tonight, so we're going to be able to hear and see a lot of stuff that we haven't been able to see on our bird's eye perch over the last couple games. So I'm kind of pumped to be down here in the mix.
so this is the second year doing this, and the only other time we've done this was last year at Sheridan for senior night against in the last game of the season, and we got to do the same thing. And it is a completely different experience than being up at the top of the bleachers or off at the end like we were at Lakeside. You know, it is really cool to be sitting here at this table, and after years of doing the clock and the shot clock and stuff, it's really, really fun to be sitting at the table and hear what the coaches have to say. So we will say right off the bat, we apologize for anything you might hear over a microphone, right?
Being an old coach, I'm going to apologize for myself because at some point tonight I'm going to feel like I'm in it. I'm going to yell something I shouldn't. So I'll go ahead and wear that one right now. Going to need a dump button for sure.
All right, so we're about to do the national anthem, so we're going to
welcome to Benton Arena, home of
pause
your
on for a
Benton
minute.
Panthers. Athletic Director Jerry Bridges and the athletic department would like to thank you for attending tonight's game between the Sheridan Yellowjackets and your Benton Panthers. The Benton Athletic Department would like to thank its major contributors to the athletic program: Everett, Buick, GMC, Jones Heating and Air, and McCauley Services. We're glad you joined us this evening, but we have a few safety rules we need you to remember and abide by. The bottom of the bleachers are reserved for our handicapped seating. Keep the aisles and walkways clear. Do not stand or loiter in common areas. Do not sit on bleacher railings. On behalf of the entire Benton School District, we welcome you to Benton Arena, and we're eager for tonight's game alongside you. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand at this time? Remove all headwear for the Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence, and the national anthem. Paris Adair from Benton Middle School will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And there's your Pledge of Allegiance, your moment of silence, and the national anthem. I believe now we're going to get ready for the starting lineups.
And now it's time to meet your Sheridan Lady Jackets. Starting at guard, freshman number 4.
Starting for the Yellowjackets, freshman Addie Grimmett.
Starting at guard, freshman number 5, Ainsley Stevens.
Freshman Ainsley Stevens.
Forward, senior number 12, Mason Wilson.
Senior Mason Wilson.
Forward, senior number 24, Bell.
Senior Bell Smith. And that leaves,
Starting at guard,
last but
senior
not
number
least,
30, Lily
senior Lily Reed.
Head coach is Andrew Breakville.
All right, and here goes the PA announcer as the lights go down. Here at the home court of Benton, they're going to call out their 5 starters.
And now, for your starting Lady Panthers, get on your feet and make some noise. Starting at guard, 5'9" senior, number 1, Brooklyn Kaczynski.
Brooklyn Kaczynski.
Starting at
The
guard,
move in from
5'8"
Bryant,
senior,
senior.
number 5, Cameron Kuklasher.
Cameron
Starting
Kuklasher.
at guard, 5'5" senior, number 10, Reagan Prater.
Reagan Prater.
Starting at guard, 5'6" junior, number 15, Aubrey Barlow.
Aubrey
And
Barlow.
Starting at guard, junior, number 32, Audrey DiGiovanni.
So I believe you are going to say Brooklyn Kuczynski a lot tonight. Watching her in warm-ups, what a shot.
Yeah, that's the talk. And she's a move-in. She was at Bryant up until this year. Came over here for her senior year. So,
What would bring kids from Bryant to Benton? Crazy, right? I mean, all the movement and just so.
I guess that was a Panther roar.
Yeah, I guess. Sounds like Simba to me. So it'll be Mason Wilson jumping against Kaczynski.
Yep, and this has been a trend the last couple games, but this is the oldest starting lineup we've seen so far. 3 seniors and 2 juniors. We start 2 freshmen tonight, so definitely we're a younger group. Starts at the top of the key. That's Reagan Prater swinging it to the left side. Kaczynski in the corner. Ball moves around the top as we start in a zone
3-2.
defense.
Great hands by Addie Grimet.
Addie Grimet there at the top of the 3-2 zone. She gets her hands on that ball. Rotating possession back to the Yellowjackets. Going to start right here. 7:42 left to play in the first. Breakbill is asking for them to get into their offense quicker. It's on the right wing. Grimet pops to Smith up top around the perimeter. That is Lily Reed back around for the second swing. Ball is stuck there in the hands of Belle Smith. Lily at the volleyball line, still moving the ball. Shot clock falls under 10, 7. Wilson in the corner shoots the 3 ball off the back rim. Great hustle. So the 3 ball shot there by Wilson. Rebound, easy bounce rebound right in the hands of Benton, and then she's able to get her hands on it to move the possession arrow back to us for the next ball.
Great hustle play by Mason. There's that energy that we usually talk about with Mason, so you hope to see it early here, and you hope you see it often.
Ball finds the left-handed shooter on the left side, number 13. It's DiGiovanni. Rebound off to Wilson. This time Lily Reed brings the ball up, swings it to the right side. That's Stevens who moves it to the top. That's going to be a bump, so we're going to be okay and handle the ball. Right side to Wilson. There's a shot set up for Lily Reed. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 3 ball starts the scoring for Lily Reed on the right wing.
You could probably hear Coach Breakbill calling for that right off the cut.
He saw that early and set it up. Ooh.
The problem I have, and it's early, but Ainsley got hit pretty hard down here too. So you're going to hope that you start to see those. If they're going to call it, call it.
Grimet with the foul. That's a steal, but trying to save it back in bounds, ends up back in the hands of Benton. This time the right-handed 3 ball by number 10, Reagan Prater, falls, ties the game at 3. 6:05 left to play in the first. Different look this time. Off the hands of Benton, hits the coach in the chest and is out of bounds. So it'll be Sheridan's ball on the right sideline, right in front of Benton's bench. Ball comes in to Stevens up top, back to Wilson on the right side. Rotates the ball around to Grimet, who's going to throw the lob. Comes off to number 1, Kaczynski. drive by Prater, bounces off the bottom of the rim. Rebound comes down to Bell Smith, and quick transition. Lily Reed handles the ball. Swings left side. That's Grimmett to Lily Reed on the left side, on the far side from where we're sitting tonight.
Mason at the high post. Good aggressive move. I like the aggression there at the high post by Mason. She caught it and didn't really hesitate, did she? She turned to look at the basket and she was gone. Goes in, draws the foul, so.
First free throw is a miss. Going to have a chance to make the second one. Second free throw finds its way to the bottom of the net. Sheridan leads 4-3. Reagan Prater from Benton brings the ball up the court. We're going to start the clock is what the referee is blowing the whistle for. They pause the game, and they're going to run the shot clock and the game clock down by about 5 seconds. They're going to try again.
Someone tell the clock keeper we don't want to be here all night.
Ball comes into Aubrey Barlow. Trapping Aubrey Barlow.
Get on the court.
Timeout called by Coach Chumley, Benton's head coach. So they're going to be able to keep the ball.
That was, Ben did have possession, but then it was a tie-up when Coach started yelling for the timeout. I think that was should have been a jump ball, but you're going to have that. A young official, right? He's young. He's I haven't seen him a whole lot. I've seen him this year. I haven't seen him a whole lot before this year. So he hears timeout. He's going to call it. I mean, so.
If we would have called it first, we would have wanted it too.
That's right. So here we go with our sponsors. We want to start out tonight thanking our sponsors. Can't do it without them. We'll get to them in a little bit here. We're back to game action right now.
Ball comes in this time to Colclaser. Working on the left wing. Again, we're going to go into a trap defense. She's able to break out of the trap. Retreat dribble there by number 10, Reagan Prater. Again, we're trapping every time the ball is picked up. That's going to be a foul on 4. It's Grimmett's second, I'm guessing.
Second. Yeah.
Yep. Foul is on Grimmett, so she's going to have 2 here early in the first quarter. 4:53 left to play.
What I like to see is the fire and the tenacity and the effort on defense right now by the Yellowjackets.
Got another touch. That's going to allow the ball to stay in possession with Benton as they go across the half-court line. Wow. Brooklyn Kaczynski dribbles into that 3.
You can't give her an inch. I mean, I watched the warm-ups, and now her first shot in the game, and I have not seen a miss yet.
Finds Steven on the left wing, back to Grimmett up top, looking for the drive. Looks like old Memphis dribble drive. Finds the hands of Grimmett just off the back. Great hustle by Grimmett, but the rebound is controlled by Benton. Benton in transition to the corner. 15, that's Barlow.
Stay on your feet, Mason.
Brooklyn Kaczynski, again, this time from about 15 feet.
Off the dribble, pull-up jumper from 15 foot.
So we've seen her from 3 now and the mid-range game. I can expect that she makes layups, so I'm going to say she's a 3-level scorer.
Maybe she misses the layups because she's too close.
Ball back in the hands of the Yellowjackets.
Kick ball.
Yellowjackets are going to have it on the sideline after Benton kicks it out of bounds. They do not reset the shot clock, so we're 18 left as the ball comes in.
Did that rule change?
Ball finds Bell Smith at the top. Stevens around the perimeter. Lily this time off the back of the rim. Would have loved to have gotten that rebound. Instead, it comes down to number 15, Aubrey Barlow. And they're in transition now. Benton's in transition. Shot, miss, rebound, Bell Smith this time.
She's out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the Yellowjackets. The ball's going to be back in the hands of Benton. on their baseline. Comes in. That's 15 Barlow off the side. Rebound to Kaczynski. Kicks across. Drive there by DiGiovanni. And she's going to go to the free throw line.
Foul on Belle Smith. Her first.
Benton is moving and getting to the lane a little bit better than Whitehall did the other night. They kind of have that focus, looks like. I'm sure they watched Friday's film.
Well, and Benton looks like they're a little more of a threat to shoot from the outside than maybe Whitehall was. And so we're having to really aggressively get out there on that, so that opens you up to a dribble drive or a penetration a little bit more, right?
Bell just got outstronged on that rebound, but the layup was missed. That's going to be Sheridan with the ball.
In case anybody's wondering, that was Kaczynski that missed that layup from point-blank range, so maybe she can get too close.
I'm with you. That's the first miss of the night, anything I've seen. Grimmett from the left side off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound comes down to Stevens. Back up top, Wilson up top. As Coach Breakbill starts calling the offense. Lily Reed. Great effort by Belle Smith. Gets the offensive board. Misses the layup. This time it comes down to 5. Cameron. And now we're in transition back on the Benton side. Handled up front. Dribbles into that 3. Missed by Reagan Prater. Rebound comes down to the Yellowjackets, and Coach Breakbill calls a timeout.
So with 2:01 to play in the first quarter, it's 9-4 Benton. As the Yellowjackets take a timeout, we'll post our sponsors up here, and everybody take a look at those. We want to thank all of our sponsors: J.M. Fry Inc., First Trust Home Loans, Weight Loss and Wellness of Arkansas, Hop Shop, People's Bank, Cotillas, the Sports Stop, Roof Connect, Stockton Equipment, and Allen Gate and Panel. So thank you to all those folks. And again, we can't do it without the great support of our sponsors and our community as a whole.
Yeah, we love it when you're here with us in the stands, but if you're watching from home, we're glad you're there too. And again, big thanks to the sponsors to make that happen. 2:01 left in the first quarter, 9-4. Benton leads here early in the first quarter. The 3 ball has been kind of the bite against the Yellowjackets right now. They've made a couple threes. Like you said, our defense is pushed out, so they're also getting that dribble drive, kicking out to their shooters. Back into the game. Here's Stevens, the point guard, brings the ball up as Krause is in the game for the first time
Sadie
tonight.
Krause is in the game, and Kinley Melton's in the game. Addie Grimmett with her 2 fouls, and Belle Smith got to take a break.
Ball moves around the perimeter. Stevens looking for a way to get inside. Swings it around the outside again. Big reverse. 3 ball. Sadie Krause goes down, and now the score is cut to 2, or the lead's cut to 2. 9-7 Benton. Back around the perimeter. Baseline drive, number 13 for Benton. Rebound comes down to Benton, and there is a travel as she falls down. Now the ball's going to be back in the hands of the Yellowjackets. Sadie Krause dribbled into her 3 as well. So far, I don't know if anybody's had a catch and shoot made. No, Lily did down here to start the game.
Lily did down here to start the game.
But you usually don't see that 3 that's a dribble into as quite as often as we're seeing so far tonight.
And on both ends.
Exactly. Baseline opportunity here. Ball went out of bounds to the Yellowjackets on the baseline. Stevens is going to bring the ball in from the baseline. Off the backside, big offensive board, keeps the possession alive. Oh, that looked good off her hand. Krause with a missed 3, rebound this time to Kulklaser from Benton. Great contest there by Lily Reed, great defense. No foul called, going to be a left-handed layup opportunity by Stevens that doesn't make it to the rim. Back in the hand of Kulklaser. Melton did a great job on that contest. Rebound comes down to Stevens. She's going to take it easy. Ball in the hands of Lily Reed. A little bit out of control there on both ends. Back into the offensive set. Great look.
And one. Good look.
Great look by Wilson on a great cut by Lily Reed. She finds her way to the block. Foul, and she's going to shoot free throws as the clock stops with 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
So Lily gets to the free throw line for this first time. On a great cut and a good look by Mason. Makes the first one.
First free throw is good. Chance to tie the game with this one. 26.8 seconds. Shot clock is off here in the first quarter of Conference League action against Benton here at their place.
We got a tie game.
Lily makes the second free throw. Tie game here at 9-9. Going to find the ball quickly. Kraus trying to stay in the front. Miss. Rebound is going to come down. Melton did a very good job athletically to not have a foul there and able to get the rebound. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball's going to stay in the hands of Lily Reed. Swings to Stevens. Shot by Lily Reed. Looks good off her hand. Oh, and the red lights go. Tie game, 9-9 after the first quarter.
Good look by Lily at the buzzer. It was on line. It hit the front of the rim, just a little short, but a great look by Lily. I thought it was down. I was ready to celebrate.
Absolutely. So. I thought that was going to be another bucket. Came off her hand really nice. Really, we haven't had a bad-looking shot yet.
No.
A couple have been inside the cup and just bounced off. We'll continue to shoot the ball from the perimeter. It's kind of been something we've been doing a lot lately.
That's right. And it's something you see prevalent in girls basketball here over the last couple of years is really starting to an emphasis on that three, pass it around, and try to get open looks. So good first quarter by the Razorbacks, by the Lady Jackets. And we'll go into the second quarter tied as you look at our sponsors again. So here we go, 15 seconds till the quarter starts. I saw Belle Smith come back to the table and check in.
Second quarter is going to start with Benton with Sheridan having the ball. We're going to get the ball on the far sideline. Referees are ready to go. They're blowing the whistle a little bit early.
First whistle. So as we come out, it looks like Ainsley Stevens will get a little break. We'll go Sadie Krause, Kinley Melton, Belle Smith, Mason Wilson, and Lily Reed. We're not sure who Benton has yet because they're taking their time getting out of the just put the ball in play, ref.
That never happens at their place.
Right.
All right, first sub of the night, we got Marley Rickett coming in for Benton as a guard on the far side. Ball moves around the top from Krause to Reed. Finds Belle Smith for her first three look of the night. Another huge rebound by Melton. Finds Lily Reed in the lane.
Oh, rolls out. Oops.
All right, biggest thing here, stopping the transition. Stop the transition now. Ball finds the right wing, now the post. We've kind of gone away from that trap look that we had before.
Good hands by Mason. Get a hand on that skip pass.
Yes, yes.
So we're going to talk a lot about transition defense tonight as we move on throughout the night. You know, it's going to be very important here. Benton girls seem to want to get out and run a little bit. The Benton boys are really going to want to get out and run. So we're going to talk about transition defense tonight and how well the Yellowjackets on both games can get back.
All right. Rickett, who just came in, is back out of the game. We're back to the 5 starters for Benton. Makes me think that maybe they're not super deep. Going to play the same guys, maybe give us a chance late in the game when they get worn down. Got to keep it close until then. Left-handed three-point shot by number 13.
Misses everything. Shot clock was winding down. There's 1 second left on the shot clock, so she kind of probably rushed it, but didn't draw any iron. So here we are, Yellowjackets, and we do not have a true point guard in the game. So Lily was ready to inbound the ball, and we didn't have anybody to inbound it to. So Lily will do the ball handling right now with Ainsley and Addie both out.
Brings the ball up the court, finds Belle Smith on the right wing. She's looking to move the ball. Finds Krause on the left side. First rotation. Belle Smith kind of between a drive and a cut. Throws it away. Ball finds the hands of Benton, and now we've got it back in that transition defense piece. Wow. Brooklyn Kaczynski again.
Did she make a layup?
She did make a layup. with a Euro step and a rip through and all the skill stuff.
Oh, so it was a fancy layup. I was looking down at the stat board at my stats. So good look by Mason Wilson and Kinley Melton on the cup.
I love our high post looks tonight. We're pivoting to the rim, finding that gap and getting there. That time Melton was able to make the bucket. 11-11 tie game. 6:13 left to go in the first half.
So that's a couple times now you've seen Mason Wilson make a really good look on a cup. There's a steal by Mason.
She's got her hands on the last two. This time the ball ends up in her hands. Now Lily Reed's going to handle the ball up top.
Don't let her reach.
Lily's going to get all the way to the rim. Interesting time to call the foul. There were several before we got there, and that's the one he picked to call. We'll take it and shoot some free throws. Foul on number 13, Audrey DiGiovanni. Lily Reed back to the line. I think Coach Chumley might be asking the same thing. If you were going to call it, let's call it up here by the spot. Grimmett is going to come back in, replacing Kraus with 5:52 left to play. Remember, she has 2 fouls here in the first half, so playing with 2. This time, Lily makes the second free throw, and the Yellowjackets are going to take the lead for the first time in a while. 12-11 lead for the Yellowjackets. Still showing that 3-2 defensive look spread out pretty big. Mason Wilson being long there on this side is a great way to look. Baseline by Benton, skips across, finds number 5 in the lane. She's going to kick it back out.
Still in the lane.
Rebound on the backside by Lily Reed.
And that's something you just haven't seen called this year.
Not in high school basketball.
And it happens a lot. I mean, especially right now on the girls' side, it seems like there's a lot of camping going on. And you want to yell for it, but at the same time, I think we're probably doing it too.
Ball skips around, moves all the way to the right side. That's going to be Belle Smith for 3. Ball finds the back of the rim. Rebound comes to Benton. Oh, wow. Basket by Benton on a really good transition look. Benton retakes the lead 13-12. I'll mention this. Earlier in the season, we talked a lot about not rebounding. I think tonight we've done a really good job rebounding the ball as we get started here.
You see
assist Lily Reed, bucket Mason Wilson, and Sheridan retakes the lead.
Mason with the back door on the backside back there was open, and Lily was able to find it. Good pass by Lily.
Skip pass all the way across, in and out. Another big rebound. We've said that several. Melton, Smith, Lily Reed, Wilson, all with big rebounds here in the first half. 1 look, not 2. And as well as Benton shot the ball, you can't give them 2 when they miss. Grimmett's going to swing it around the perimeter, find Belle Smith. Inside out to Lily. Skips across to Grimmett.
Oh, another one.
Another soft, good look. Bounces around the rim. Rebound comes down to Benton. 13, a left-hander with a hammer pass across to Prater. Prater off the front of the rim.
Oh, no.
We're going to call a foul here.
I'm afraid Addie may have picked up her.
No, good deal. First foul on number 30, Lily Reed. That's going to save us from 3 on Addie Grimmett in the first half.
But the problem is that foul happened because we gave up the offensive rebound. And that's what giving up those offensive rebounds gets you. They score points off it, or they get you in a bad position and you foul.
Ball moves around the top of the key.
Ooh. Oh, that's 2 quick ones on Lily now, so that's not good.
That's going to be the second foul on Lily Reed in about 28 seconds, in 1 offensive trip. Going to be 2 with 3:36 left to play here in the first half. Brooklyn Kaczynski at the line. Senior guard who has been the engine tonight for Benton so far.
And
makes the first free throw.
For people that want to see good form shooting and how you want your kid to shoot, it's pretty impressive.
Yep. 10 toes pointed to the basket, staggered feet. Ball rolls off her hand really soft. It's nice. 15-14, home team leads. Benton's ahead by 1. 3:32 left to play as Lily Reed still handles the point guard duties for the Yellowjackets. Swings the ball to the right side. Stevens to Wilson in the corner. Going to look for Reed in the corner now. Again, inside the cup, doesn't go down.
So now we're going to start calling the fouls.
That rebound
Foul on
is
Ansley
Cameron
Stevens.
Collazier, and she's going to be the main rebounder, looks like, for Benton here in the second quarter. She's had several.
She's played pretty athletic down there. She's not real big, but she's played pretty athletic down there. She's active.
Reagan Prater bringing it to the corner. Going to try to reward an offensive trip to Cameron. She's not able to make that bucket, and we're going to push the ball. Yellow Jackets get the ball in the hands of Stevens. She moves down the court. Stevens, Grimmett, Wilson, Reed, and Bell Smith. The starters are on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. Bell misses this one, but rebound, offensive board found by Wilson. She brings it back out. Grimmett from the top. Again, Wilson with the board and the soft layup bucket. 2 offensive rebounds. If that was in practice today, the offensive rebounds would have been worth 1 point each, and the bucket, that's a 4-point trip.
So listen, Mason gets those rebounds, keeps passing them up. Finally she said, listen, if y'all are going to miss it, I'm just going to take it and go and make it, all right?
Yellow Jackets back in the lead.
That could have been 5 seconds right there. That's close.
That's a jump ball called. Going to stay with Benton. Grimmett's going to come out of the game. Great idea here on the defensive end with 2 fouls.
Right.
2:13 left to play. Don't want her to get the third here in the first half.
Bring Sadie Krause in. She gives you that another threat from outside and gives you some great hustle on defense too, so you don't lose anything defensively by bringing Addie out right now, and you don't risk the 3rd foul.
Shot clock falls under 10. Now it's 6.
Stay up. Don't let her get a shot off.
They didn't know, and that's a great defensive trip by the Yellow Jackets. See that more times than not when you've got a late shot clock and an inbounds play. You may not notice that we're out of time, so turnover, great defensive trip by the Yellow Jackets. And going to end up with the ball back in the hands of Sheridan. That's Stevens, going to drive all the way to the baseline.
Oh, what a look.
Good look there, drawn up by Breakbill. Little hammer pass under the basket. Point blank layup by Bell Smith. Soft off the glass. Stretches the lead to 3 for the Yellow Jackets with 1:37 left to play in the first half. Off the back of the rim, rebound comes down to Wilson. Ball's going to be in the hands of Stevens, the point guard. She's going to look at a high post look. Ball in the hands of Krause. Back to Stevens. Back to Krause as they kind of stretch the free throw line extended.
Boom. Oh, another one. That looked good too.
Off the hands of Stevens that time.
I was giving it the boom.
Great transition trip by Benton. Took it off the rim, kicked ahead there, and found another layup. This time the layup was DiGiovanni.
So timeout, Sheridan.
Sheridan holds the lead, 18-17. 1:02 left to play in the first half.
The transition defense. If we don't give up the transition bucket so far, it's probably what, an 8-point game. Pretty close.
6 or 8. Yep. And we're shooting the ball fantastic. Lots of stuff's inside the cylinder. Looks like it's going down. Really good touch and feel on the ball tonight. We're protecting the ball. We're rebounding well. We're doing lots of stuff really, really well. Just need to see that shot start to fall.
That's right.
We can spread that lead out. But like you said, the biggest thing defensively is we've done a great job in the half court when we've been able to set up and be ready in that 3-2. We've got to get back before they get down the court.
Yeah, when we've beat them down the court, we've played really well. So,
ball comes in. This time Lily Reed's going to handle the point guard duties. She brings it past the logo and the volleyball line. Now the ball's in the hands of Stevens. Again, finding Reed on the right side, back to Stevens. She's going to drive all the way to the glass, off the front of the rim and out. Cole Glazier with another rebound.
Oh, what a move. Sadie was set up. She had the big, I guess, what do you call it, a Euro hop?
Yeah, landed on 2 feet, makes that layup. That's going to give the lead back to Benton in their gym. Brooklyn Kaczynski with that layup.
I think less than a second differential on the shot clock. Another one on the further end. Another offensive rebound by Mason Wilson, and she gets the putback and the foul.
I'm not sure what the stat sheet says about Mason Wilson and rebounds, but they are big rebounds. They've been real valuable, and she's putting the ball back in the hoop on those offensive boards.
It says a lot of rebounds.
Going to shoot one shot, try to finish this three-point play. Finds the bottom of the net. Great job by Mason Wilson on that trip again. So many things that do fill up the stat sheet, but are also so important, and just gritty plays that she makes. 10 seconds, shot clock's off. Looking for one last shot by Benton. A little bit out of sorts.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness. Off the front of the rim, rebound by Mason Wilson. She's going to push it from half court. Going to find out of bounds.
So we go to halftime, 21-19. Yellowjackets after the three-point play by Mason. Great effort, great first half.
Looking at my notes from Coach Breakbill before the game started, we have to play a great zone. We have to get back in transition. We've got to guard number one. His scouting report was dead on. So as we are here with a band playing in the background, got to love the band at a basketball game. Sheridan's band the other night was fantastic when we played Whitehall.
Brings the energy. That was such a great hey, we can't talk enough about what happened the other night. Big wins by the boys and girls. The crowd was unreal.
I love that the jacket ball night was a 3-win night. We won the JV game, the girls game, and the boys game. They were in it all night long. The home stands were full of our fans. Got to watch Cheer came out and did their presentation as they hopefully get to go to Texas this weekend to perform. Pending weather, and it was just a great night against Whitehall.
Such a fun night. So what you see when you have jacket ball night, and I'm a little biased, but when you have jacket ball night, one, you've got those young kids there, and they try their hardest to outdo the Blue Crew. They want to be the Blue Crew so bad, so you're breeding that into them, which is fantastic. The band was there, added to it, and when you bring jacket ball, so on jacket ball night, here's what I'll say. When the parents come in with their kids, it's parents that are following basketball, watching basketball every weekend with us, they get into the game. And maybe even more so the high school parents, and I was one of them, you're going to be one of them soon. You get to, by the time you get to high school, you kind of learn to relax a little bit and watch the game some maybe. Jacket ball parents, it's so fun. At the arena the other night, I saw some of them. They get in the game. They're yelling at the refs that I don't let them do at jacket ball games, right? That I try to keep under control. But it's such a fun atmosphere. We had all the bleachers pulled out, and the place looked full. And that makes it so much fun. The kids have a great time. The boys and girls teams have a great time with it.
Lots of high fives and handshakes. It's one of the best nights of the year. I'm so glad we scheduled it this year with Whitehall, kind of our rival. Pretty calm night between the students. That was a good thing. It's usually that way when you spread out the lead there in the fourth quarter,
right.
And it's not a nail biter. That's where you sometimes get some of the stress. But
you get to hear the scoreboard chant some more when it's games are like that, no matter which direction it is. When you're big rivals. So we got a little sidetracked there because I wanted to make sure we mentioned that. That was so fun the other night. Some stats here for the first half. Leading scorer for the Yellowjackets is Mason Wilson with 8. She is 2 points and 2 rebounds away from a double-double in the first half. 8 points, 8 rebounds. She's got 1, 2, 3. She's got 4 offensive rebounds in the first half. Go on to the scoring. Lily's got 6 points. She's made a three-pointer, and she's 3 of 4 from the line. Bell's got 2. If I told you we'd be up 21-19 at the half, and that Belle Smith wouldn't get her first 2 points till a minute and a half to go in the second quarter, it'd be hard to believe because of the way she's played the last few games. And then Kinley Melton's got 2. Sadie Krause hit a big 3. So that's the scoring for Sheridan. Rebounding, again, Mason's got 8 with 4 offensive rebounds. Bell's got 4 rebounds with an offensive rebound. Ainsley Stevens got 3 with an offensive rebound. Addie Gramet's got 2, one of them being offensive. And Lily's got 2 rebounds. And Kinley Melton's got 2 rebounds. So good first half by the Yellowjackets. Very active on the boards. You see that 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 offensive rebounds in the first half of the Yellowjackets. So as much as we harp on it about not giving up the offensive rebounds, when you crash the boards on on your side, the way Mason has tonight, the way a couple have tonight, and you get those second and third chances, good things happen.
Absolutely. A little bit of foul trouble. We got Lily Reed and Addie Grimmett. Both have 2. Addie got both of hers in the first quarter, and between her taking it easy a little bit and Coach Breakbill using her very well throughout the rest of the first half, she was able to keep just 2. In one trip, Lily got both of hers in the second quarter, but was able to dodge the third one as well. So not a whole lot of foul trouble there as long as we don't pop off and do something crazy as we start the third quarter.
Well, and what you see there, when you see that, what you see that allowed that to happen is Sadie Krause comes in for Addie, gives some good minutes, and doesn't force Coach Breakbill to have to go back to Addie. So that's where, being a complete team and everybody stepping up and playing their role really helps. So
we got about 2.5 minutes here left before the girls come back out to start the second half.
Let's go ahead and post up the sponsors, and we'll take just a few minutes, the last couple minutes here, and we'll be back with you just right before the start of the second half. All right, so 25 seconds to go in halftime, and we're back with you from Benton. Teams wrap up their little bit of warm-up shooting again to get back loose a little bit, and we get ready for the second half.
While the boys were out having their halftime dunk show, it looked like college layup lines out here. If you are someone who likes high-level, high-caliber basketball, in our conference, when you get 2 6-0 teams this late in the season, that says something about what the boys' game tonight is going to look like. Right now, I'm going to focus on 16 more minutes of girls basketball and hope that our Yellow Jackets can keep this lead until that final buzzer.
And that being said, if you're listening and you're anywhere near, you have 16 minutes of basketball time to get here and watch that boys' game. So we will come out. We will start the second half. Sheridan will go back to their starting 5, Addie Grimmett, Ainsley Stevens, Lily Reed, Mason Wilson, and Belle Smith. I believe it looks like Benton's going to go back to their starting 5 as well.
They've only had one sub for about 30 seconds.
That's right.
So something good, something to look forward to maybe late in the fourth if everybody starts to get worn down. They give us the ball as the Benton Panthers kind of pop out of the huddle late. Oh, my, shoot. We're going to have a touch ball by Wilson. It's going to go back the other way. So turnover to start the second half by the Yellow Jackets. Really good entry pass, just made it out of bounds, and the ball is going to go back to Benton.
And you struggle with who to give that turnover to, but Mason will tell you she should have caught that ball. I think it was tipped. I think it was deflected a little bit on her, but she'll tell you she should have caught that ball. So she's going to go down here now. We're going to play some defense, and we're going to try to make it up.
They're going to call a holding foul on on Ainsley Stevens.
Dadgummit, Mandy. Yeah, 5 Ainsley Stevens gets the foul, so that's
I think that's her first.
That's her second.
Like I said, that's her second. Inbounds play on the baseline for Benton. We stop the first level, stop the second level. Ball comes in to Prater, number 10, around the top.
And we've mixed up and we've gone man. So Ainsley has she's drawn a pretty tough matchup with Kaczynski. And I think we're gonna have Mason try to help off of that some.
Lob pass in, gets back to the outside again. 5 is hanging out in the lane. Dead. Ball finds the hands.
Another missed layup by Kaczynski. She's gonna need to work on that, you know. I mean, yes.
Shuffled her feet, gonna go back the other way. Turnover this time by Grumette. Shuffled her feet.
If I'm her coach, if she wants to be elite, she's gonna have to make layups, right?
We're back to talking about Kaczynski again. Yes. As we tease, she has been the best player on the floor for Benton tonight for sure. She is a heck of a leader of the Benton Panthers. Could have been the same foot shuffle.
Oh, good hands by Mason Wilson again.
Mason Wilson, active hands. Breakbill screams 11 in front of the scorer's table. Again, we do a fantastic job keeping the ball away from the block on the inbounds pass. Good contest off the back of the rim.
Oh, that was a push-off.
Can we get the rebound? Rebound down to Wilson. Wilson finds Grumette. Grumette kicks ahead, turnover, back to Benton. Reagan Prater with the steal. She now has the ball in the logo. 6:17. Nobody has scored yet in the third quarter. Got to get a hand up. We did late. Rebound comes down to Wilson. Wilson to Reed. Reed ahead to Grumette. Inside out,
Good
Iverson
take.
dribble. Ooh, wow, great ball handling that
Good
time.
take.
Great ball handling by Grumette. Gets to the rim, gets fouled. She's going to shoot a couple free throws. That's a practice skill there to handle the ball in one hand,
Go
and
with
kind of inside out.
Go that in-out dribble and
Free throws by Grumette. First free throw falls off the left side. Gonna have one more look at it here. Still 21-19 Yellowjackets. 6 minutes left to play.
so we'll see what Mason does here. The first one just come off the left side. Let's see if Mason can beat Coke-Glazier to the spot.
That one's going to
Doesn't
bounce
have
off
to.
the front and fall in for a make sub here. Sadie Krause making her first appearance of the second half. Going to come in for Grumette. All right. Prater runs the offense from the top. Going to go to the left wing. Waiting on the offense to kind of get started. A little bit stagnant by Benton this trip. Ball up top. Nobody's going to guard that.
They're
Ball
trying to
comes into the
isolate
post.
Kaczynski, and they want to get their ball. They did. Mason comes.
Skip pass to Prater. Prater off the back of the rim. Ball out of bounds from Benton. For the first time tonight, Kaczynski looks a little bit rattled. She kind of threw that ball back to the referee with a little grimace on her face like it's not going the way she wants it to.
Well, does a senior with her skill level and her ability think that a freshman is going to come in and be able to play with her? The answer is probably no, but that freshman can.
Lily Reed, great baseline drive. Did she step out of bounds? Says she did. Stepped on the baseline, so it's going to go back the other way. A couple unforced turnovers here in the second half by the Yellowjackets.
Very uncharacteristic right there of Lily. You know, she's been playing a long time. I'm surprised that happened.
That was on the far side. She might have got a little bump, a little nudge
Right.
that took her out of the court there. Big screen. Bucket. Kaczynski for three. Ties the game back at 22. 4:52 left to play in the third.
Ainsley got hit with a double screen there and almost got there, but she just gave her an inch, and it just gave her an inch, and you give her an inch, she can stroke it.
Again, unforced turnover by the Yellowjackets. I think that's 4 in this quarter that I would call unforced. Prater's going to start the offense this time for Benton. She's in the logo, kind of waiting for everybody to get set up. Still a man look from the Yellowjackets. Belle Smith guards, draws the assignment. Comes down to Stevens on the steal.
And there's
Great
the hands
job
by
Stevens.
Mason Wilson again.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Yellowjackets. Here comes Melton for Krause. 4:22 left to play. If you're a numbers person, 22-22 with 4:22 left to play. Lily Reed with the ball up top, moves it around the top to Stevens, back to Reed, finds Belle Smith in the corner. This one finds Mason Wilson, who's able to keep the ball. Melton's in the right place at the right time, still moving the ball around the top. Great drive. Will Lily be able to keep it there?
They called a foul. Good.
Foul called on number 15, bailout there by the referee. Foul. It's going to reset the shot clock, give us 35 to shoot. Inbounds play on the baseline.
Great move by Ainsley. She drives. That's where you want to see her drop that little bounce pass off to Lily, and I think it's a layup.
Ball moves around, needs somebody to come to the block. Missed shot, good hustle by Lily, unable to get the board, comes off to Benton. Transition defense.
Great feet by Ainsley.
What a great job staying in front. Prater with the shot fake, one dribble pull up, no good. Offensive rebound to Benton.
Steal by Lily.
Still Lily Reed. Got to remember, you got a defender behind you. Walks into a three-pointer at the top of the key. Off the glass, makes the three, takes the lead. Benton down. Coach Chumley's talking to the referees. Calls a timeout just to talk to the referees, looks like.
Hey, ref, I wouldn't take that. I'd call a T.
25-22, the lead by our Yellowjackets.
So I'll say this, unlike last week at Lakeside, I think I heard Lily call that one off the glass. That was
walked right into it.
She did.
What's the golf saying? You don't draw on the scorecard, something like that?
Yeah.
3-point basket. That's all I'm gonna say.
Scorecard doesn't have pictures on it, so if you bounce it off a tree and skull it over the green and duff your chip and then chip one in for a 4, it's still a par.
Yep. In most of the breaks tonight, we've had our sponsors up on the board. Just again, want to say thank you. Tons of gratitude to all the sponsors, all the support. Quick 30-second timeout. Referee's ready for Benton to pick up the ball here at the scorer's table.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they didn't get it. That was backcourt, wasn't it?
No, she wasn't. She didn't have all three across. Didn't have all three. Yep. Question there if that was going to be a backcourt. It was really close. She had 1 foot still in this side, so no backcourt. Going to keep the ball. Just move down the scorer's table. Benton brings it back in with 24 left to shoot. Kind of look back in the zone. Look, yep, back in the zone here. 3-2. Coach Breakbill says, "Oh, that's going to be a turnover."
It'll be Sheridan ball.
That's a held ball, jump ball. So this time the possession arrow is pointed to Sheridan. Going to be a turnover from Benton. Ball comes back to the Yellowjackets up 3.
She was about 2.5 seconds late trying to make that entry pass into the high post because it was open and then it closed up real quick and we were able to tie them up.
I'm going to say this again. Like I said, as we continue, not much there. Moving screen called there. I'm not sure I agree. She might have flinched a little bit as the contact got there, but she did not slide over.
So is that a makeup call for Coach Chumley jumping in him down there on that last call?
It's possible.
Because that's an easy one to say she moved, right? It's an easy one to say she wasn't setting that screen. So, I mean, you can make it up right there pretty easy. Oh,
what
good
a
pass.
great pass. Not only a shooter, but also a great pass.
Oh, foul.
That's going to be Yellow Jacket ball. Great entry pass there from Kaczynski. She passes it inside to Cameron Kulklazier.
Great pump fake, and then the bounce entry pass was very, very good. Nice. Missed the rebound. Kinley Melton got after it and was able to get it knocked out of bounds. There's Kinley getting the offensive rebound.
Bell Smith moving it around the top. Oh, golly.
She just got pushed in the back.
2 hands. Comes down. We're going to have to stop the ball. That's been the talk all night long in transition. Can we stop the ball? Left-handed three-pointer from the left side. Comes down to Stevens. Stevens is by herself out in front. She's going to turn on the brakes. Coach Brakefield decided he'd call a timeout and slow everything down. Full timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. We're going to have 1 full minute to catch our breath and talk about it.
And I think, is that his third timeout?
Third called. We've got 2 left.
So with 1:48 to go in the third quarter, he calls his third timeout. Let's go back to our sponsors. Just pick one, because they're all fantastic, right?
They are, yes.
The way they support this community, support us, and not just the school district, not the way they just support athletics or support just the school in general, but in the community as a whole. You're always going to see those names. You know?
They're at our events. Their logos aren't just on buildings and walls. They're also on polo shirts and pencils that are all over our district.
That's right.
As the middle school assistant principal, these are the same businesses and the PTO members and those type people who are supporting our incentives for testing and doing all those things. So, again, can't say enough. Tons of gratitude. Just big thank you to all the support that's given to the Sheridan School District that helps make it successful.
So here we go. Sheridan ball coming out of the timeout. 31 seconds on the shot clock.
1:48 left to play in the third quarter. As we continue to do these games, I'm nervous that we're saying some of the same stuff over and over again, but I really am most nervous that we're at an away game and we're only up 3. We need to spread this lead, and I said that at Lakeside the other night. When you're ahead, you really want to spread a lead and have a big enough number to overcome that home court advantage.
And right now, I think you're about at that number. You always say, 3 points is the home court, so right now you're at that number, so we need to get after it here. And
as we came back out of that last timeout, had a great look. Lily Reed had a great look. Rebound came down to Benton, and currently we're on their offensive end. That was a little bit flat.
Yes, I agree.
Hit the front rim and kicked off for an offensive board for Benton as they move it around the perimeter. Think we might have some blood, which is going to have Chumley talking about why in the world are we not calling fouls.
But I don't know that there was a foul there. I think they were both hustling after the basketball, and I think it's just incidental on that offensive rebound. She's the one that ripped out and went and got that offensive rebound. So, if anything, she ran through somebody's elbow to get to it. So,
first sophomore of the night for Benton. Brianna Lambert joins the floor. It's a tough place to be if you're a referee right now, standing right in front of their coaches as one of your
that's right.
One of your players is getting fixed up by the trainer.
And listen, if I know one thing, Coach Chumley's relentless when he gets into that stuff, right?
Again, great defense by the Yellow Jackets. Touch.
Hands by Mason Wilson again.
Yep.
Walk.
Rip and go basket.
Tough drive.
Yep, Brooklyn Kaczynski. 2 more for her. Yellow Jackets lead by 1. 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Lily Reed with the ball on the right wing. Finds the high post to Bell Smith. Great rip and go. Left hand bucket.
Right.
That's been a big piece of the offense tonight. The 3-point basket has not been great for the Yellow Jackets, but the entry pass to the high post, 1 dribble layups or 1 dribble pull-ups has been really nice. Bell Smith just adds her name to the list there. Shot clock's off, 19 seconds to go. Let's not let her catch it here in these last 19. What do you think?
Cold off the bench and you come in and shoot a 3 and make it.
Welcome to the game, Lambert.
I don't think you're ready for
7
that.
7 seconds to go. Lily Reed has it on the left side. She pulls. Off the left side. Tie game going into the fourth.
One of those games, why do we even bother to play the first 3 quarters? We should have started the fourth quarter and seen where we go. So, solid third quarter for both sides. I think we gave up a few offensive rebounds that we wish we wouldn't have. So those kind of got us, just like they got Benton in the first half.
Thought we did a great job in the half-court defense. Kaczynski was the main focus again, and I thought we did a really good job doubling her when the ball went into her hands. 27-27 in the Benton gym. I'd love to get out. Now, they're going to have the first possession, but I would love to get out and get a stop here and get a bucket quick. The sooner we can get 3 to a 5-point lead, the more comfortable I'm going to be.
So a good move by Coach Breakbill going to man coming out of the half. I don't know that Benton was ready for that. I think Kaczynski got a little excited when she saw it, and like I said, I don't think she thought that Ainsley Stevens was going to come out and play that type of defense on her.
Stevens did a great job. The summer ball she plays, a lot of man defense in the summertime, and that's going to give her an advantage over most freshmen in being able to stay in front of. She did a great job on a couple baseline drives and was able to cut off the baseline.
That's right.
Thought she did a great job handling that really tough assignment early in the third.
So here we come out, start the fourth quarter, back in 3-2 again.
Back in the zone, ball up top to Prater with Benton. Like we said, they get the ball first because we got the last jump ball. In the corner, again, Stevens makes the baseline. I'm going to call a foul on Stevens.
That'll be her third.
I think the only thing she could have done better is maybe have her hands above her head. They're going to call that foul on 12. Could have been called on Stevens. It would have been her fourth. So I think with Mason only
that's
having a
Mason's
couple.
first. That's Mason Wilson's first foul, so it doesn't hurt us. Puts Kaczynski on the line, which you maybe don't want to do, but
first free throw, nothing but net. First lead for Benton in quite a while. They take the 1-point lead, 28-27.
so one of our fifth grade girls is here that I've been stressing shooting form to. So I sent her mom a text and said, hey, let me tell you who I want her to watch while she's here to shoot the ball.
I understand. Lily Reed brings the ball up on the left side. Back up top, that's Stevens going to swing it around. 2 reversals so far, going to be on both sides, right and left. Mason Wilson off her hand, fall. 3 ball by Mason Wilson. Added that, always has been pretty good there, but I think this season she's made it a point to be an even better shooter. When you add that to all the other things she does, man, it's a big 3-point basket there with 7 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah, think about all the small things she does, and that right there gets her to her double-double. So
got to be a jump ball. Got to be a jump ball there.
It was.
And so that's going to be Yellow Jacket ball. Chance to stretch this lead. Right now a 1-point lead by the Yellow Jackets, 30-29. 7 minutes left to play. Stevens is going to bring it down the right side. Find Wilson, swing. Lily was ready, walked right into that. Great contest by Benton to keep her from having a really good look. Stevens backside, Smith was unable to get it, but look who's there. Finds, oh my goodness, that's a fortuitous bounce.
What a touch pass by Lily Reed, right?
Fortuitous bounce. Give her the assist, bucket by Melton. Back in the hands of Benton. Get left. It did. Offensive board, though, comes down to Benton. Back out to Prater. Prater on the drive, blocked by Bell Smith.
So very fortunate right there that they got the offensive rebound on the block and were able to make them kick it out, and we end up getting the ball back.
3-point lead. Great diagonal and left hand by Bell Smith. Full timeout by Benton. Chumley comes off the bench. Coach Chumley comes off the bench quickly. Asks for a full timeout as we stretch the lead to 5 with 5:57 left to play.
Yeah, so what a great look right there. Skip. Very easily could have probably taken the shot, but she saw it, skip. Great hands by Bell to catch it. Good finish with the left. And so a 5-point lead for the Yellow Jackets with 5:57 to go in the fourth quarter. That's the energy you want to see from the girls. Like I said, very fortunate down there. Kaczynski gets the offensive rebound right on the block. Lily does not allow her to go right back up with it. So great hustle by Lily on defense. They kind of swarmed her. She has to kick it out, and we get the ball back.
Yeah, big stuff there. Got to give Mason Wilson tons of credit. Again, the little things and the big things. The three-point basket, the hustle play, steal. The big thing that happened in that transaction that we didn't talk a whole lot about was the ball finding Melton. One dribble layup, high, soft off the glass, made that layup. That was a big bucket too. So lots of good stuff happens there. We stretched the lead to 5 here with 5:57 left to play. They're all important, but I'm going to say this is a really big defensive trip as far as momentum goes. We want to get a stop here as we come out with Melton, Stevens, Wilson, Smith, and Reed. Going to give a little bit of a different look here. First time we've been out to the logo. Didn't trap real hard.
This is Fist. It's the 1-2-2.
Ball finds Lambert on the side. Lambert's that sophomore that's been in the game for a minute or so.
Steal by Kinley Melton.
Steal ends up in the hands of Mason. Mason transitions to Lily Reed on the left wing. Back up top to Stevens. All the way around to Lily Reed. She holds off again. Now retreat dribble and shoots the three. Can we dig? Can we dig? Nope. Offensive rebound comes down to Prater. Transition D. Layup. Brooklyn Kaczynski with the layup in transition. 3-point lead, Yellow Jackets. Skip pass to Lily Reed on the left side. Handles the ball over to Stevens. Lily Reed then relocates back to Stevens on the left side. Little X action against the zone. Melton at the high post. Mason Wilson loses her footing and ball goes out of bounds back to Benton. 15 for Benton. Aubrey Barlow. She's going to come back into the game for Lambert. 3-point lead, 4:46 left to play. 2 timeouts remain for both coaches.
So we're back in the 3-2.
Back in the 3-2. Kaczynski's going to bring the ball up the court. She's going to let it go to 13 on the left wing. Baseline pass keeps the swing alive. Prater has it up top.
Is that double dribble?
That was my I'm not sure. Ball comes down into the hands of Lily Reed. Huge rebound. Able to keep up with it. Great job
and one.
again.
Nope.
That was a scary pass. Kind of low.
She kind of got up into her a little bit, right? She kind of mishandled just a little bit, but still made a great pass.
Great pass, great catch. Another left-handed layup by Belle Smith. Once she gives it up, I wish they wouldn't let her catch it. Front that. Ball up top to Prater. Prater with the drive and the pull-up jumper off the glass.
Good.
They're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul there on Cameron on number 5 from Benton. Going to say she
Ainsley had
grabbed an
position.
arm.
She run through her back and went straight through her. So
Stevens with the ball. Yellow Jackets up 5. Ball on the right wing. Going to swing it. Lily Reed's going to drive and shoot. Melton is in the mix. Again, offensive board. Going to come down this time out of bounds off of Benton. Should be the Yellow Jackets ball. Great hustle in the backcourt by the Yellow Jackets. Going to allow possession to stay with Sheridan. Coach Chumley from Benton with a great comment there. He tells his girls if they'll just rebound, we don't have to worry about things like that.
And how many times have we said that?
He makes a great point.
Giving up an offensive rebound puts you in bad positions, right?
Stevens is going to take the drive all the way around baseline. Unable to make the catch this time. They're going to say it was tipped by Benton and going to keep the ball in the hands of the Yellow Jackets. We might have got one there.
I think she tipped it. She was.
Again, I hear that tip that time by Benton. Ball's going to be under the basket this time. Going to be a little bit tougher spot. looking for the post. Comes in, stolen. Transition stop. No stop there. Foul's going to be on Stevens. I think that's her 4th. Oh, they did not call it.
Oh, bailout right there.
They did not call it on Stevens. Let me back that out. So she has 3. Foul's going to be on Melton. I think that might be her
second.
Her second. That is the 3rd team foul, so Benton will be going to the line sooner rather than later. Going to shoot 2 free throws right now. Again, nothing but net.
Sub. And I'll say this. I'll go back to it. There's other people I'd love to see at the line for Benton than this. So Addie Grumet checks in for Ainsley Stevens, gives her a little breather here for a minute, try to catch her breath, and I think you'll see her back here in just a minute to try to finish out this game.
3-point lead for the Yellowjackets. 3 minutes left to play. We've kind of been in this area most of the night. We're going to go. Lily Reed is going to handle the ball off to Addie Grumet, who's recently re-entered the game. She's on the right wing to Lily Reed. Belle Smith in the high post decided to keep it around the top. Belle Smith on the left side this time, skip pass. That's Lily Reed for 3.
Deep 3 for Lily Reed.
Deep 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net assist. Belle Smith. 39-33. Great job by Melton to cut off. Benton there is around the outside. Great job by Melton to close out. Prater from the top of the key off the left side.
Oh,
another rebound by Benton and a late whistle. I'm not sure what we're going to call.
From half court.
Foul on 11, Melton.
So now she has 3.
And Benton will be in the bonus for the rest of the night.
But then what did we say? When you give up those offensive rebounds, I mean, it might sound like a broken record, but they get this and 1 because of the offensive rebound.
Huge chance here, possible. We're going to need to get this rebound for sure. If it comes off, we will need this board, and it does not. Free throw made, back to a 3-point lead. How big is the shot by Lily Reed on the other end now? Huge. Ball moves around the top and the perimeter. Lily Reed feeling it on the left side, tries it from the left side and misses this one. Transition opportunity here for Benton, all the way to the rim. Foul on
Addie Grumet.
Addie Grumet tried to take a charge.
I didn't see that. That was Lily trying to take that charge.
Oh, that was Lily that tried to take that charge?
Yeah, okay. So I didn't see the foul by Addie.
Taking a deep breath here at the free throw line before she gets ready to take her pound dribbles and chance to tie the game. And she does. Game is tied. I'll say this. We've been playing the same 5 all night long, and there's no doubt a couple of them look a little bit winded.
Agreed.
We need to take advantage of that. Need to find another bucket. Left side, Belle Smith decides to bring it back around the top. Ball kind of gets stuck there, moving around the top. There it is with Grumet. Grumet's going to set up to shoot the 3. Big bucket by freshman Addie Grumet. 42-39, lead back to 3 points for the Yellowjackets. We need a big stop here as Breakville is yelling at his defense to get ready to go.
Oh, no.
Push foul on Lily Reed. 2 free throws coming here for Benton.
I think that was I think she was already going forward. I think Lily just gave her a little help, right? So that's Lily's 3rd. You're going to see Ainsley check back in.
As we said, Benton's going to be in the bonus the rest of the way, so that foul is going to put number 5 here at the free throw line. Misses the first.
Sub. So Ainsley's going to check in for Kinley Melton. So we're back to our starting 5 for the last minute and a half of this game.
All right, so think back to the foul. They were about to have the ball in the high post. Let's see if we're glad that one falls. So lead is now cut to 2, 42-40, 1:28 left to play. 2 timeouts remaining for each team. Breakville is going to call a timeout before this offensive trip. He'll have 1 left. 1:23 left to play. Full timeout, so we're going to have a full minute to kind of reset here and talk about what we have with the last 1:23 left to play in the game.
So this is where you find out how much of your freshmen grown up. If I'm Benton and I've watched any film, I know they're playing the same 5 that they've played most of the game. Do you extend your pressure a little bit on the freshmen and try to force a few things? And if you're Sheridan, have Ainsley and Addie learned as the season's gone on. Remember we talked about those tough non-conference games early. They did it. They put some pressure on. So let's see what the girls are ready to handle.
I think if I am Benton and Coach Chumley, I am going to push the pressure with only 1 foul and 1:23 left to play. I don't know of any of the girls that are in foul trouble. If I get a foul here or there, I'm willing to take that to get a chance to get a steal and an easy basket.
Looks like number 15's got 3. Everybody else has 2 or less. You got a couple girls that don't have any fouls for Benton. So,
ball comes in. Addie Grimmett up top. Brings it to the left wing. Going to move it around the perimeter. Great screen to Lily Reed trying to get the ball in the corner. She's able to get the basketball but not get a shot off. So we're going to move it back around the perimeter again. Grimmett has it. Right side to Lily Reed. Extended right side. Belle Smith looks for the skip. She's moving it around. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Going to have to look for a good look soon.
See that.
Belle Smith off the front of the rim. Bell. Stolen by Belle Smith. Like I said, here I am on the sideline trying to be a coach. We're going to call a timeout before the turnover. Going to call a timeout before the turnover. So that's going to be the Yellowjackets' last timeout as I get excited here on the sideline. 42-40. I wish we had one more.
Is there such a thing as superstar treatment in girls' high school basketball? Because if we would have just done the same thing down here at this end that Kaczynski did it at the top of the key, there was a lot of contact. She was going for the ball, but there's a lot of contact. No call. Come over here, Lily gets the ball. As soon as she gets here, Kaczynski comes in from behind and goes through her arm to try to tie that ball up. Those are both calls that we've seen already in the second half get called for Sheridan. And listen, is that part of that home court advantage we talked about, right? So, but it kind of is what it is. But those are things especially when you're sitting here right here and it's right in front of you, that you can see that if I'm an official, that's what I see, So I try not to have my blue and gold colored glasses on when I'm saying that stuff, but it happens. So
I want to go back to the huge steal by Belle Smith. After the rebound came off to Benton, if anybody jogs at all, if she doesn't go full speed, she's not in the spot to get that ball. So super excited about that turnover that keeps the lead at 2. Same kind of play. The pressure is here.
Reach.
The pressure is definitely here. So we're going to look for a chance to bring the ball into
and
the
I think
far
they're taking
sideline.
the chance. He's told them to take the chance. If you foul, so what? We're going to need it in a minute, right? 2 hands on her, and they finally called it. So
Yep.
That's their second team foul.
Going to keep it on the sideline. Can we find something under the basket easy right now? Can we sneak something to the rim?
Because they're being aggressive.
Can
They're going to be
we sneak
overly
something to the
aggressive,
rim
right?
now? Anything? We did not have a timeout to call, so the ball's going to go back to Benton.
No shot clock. 42-40.
Shot clock is off. Remember, any fouls by the Yellowjackets are going to be free throws. Took the shot early, so we're going to have a look. 18.4 left to play. 2 free throws.
Calls it on Addie, so that's her 4th.
All right, 2 free throws for Kaczynski. Leaves the first one short. huge rebound opportunity if this one's missed. Got to make sure the ball is in the hands of the Yellowjackets.
So you want to see Ainsley get a good box out on the shooter. You want to see Lily and Bell pinch down on Cole Glazier, and Mason's got to get 13, and they got to get this rebound on a miss.
Yellowjackets lead by 1, 18 seconds left. Ball comes into Belle Smith. She gets pushed. We got lucky there. That's not a great place to pick up the ball.
No.
We may have kept possession, but we may not have there. I'm so glad they went ahead and made the third foul.
That's number 4 on Barlow for Benton, so she's the only one for Benton that's in foul trouble. We're going to face guard Ainsley. Oh, you can't let her catch the ball in bounds, right? Foul.
12.5 left to play. Four team fouls now. Next team foul, Sheridan will shoot. No chance here. Can't have anything no backcourts. Belle Smith's going to go to the line.
So let's go make 2, Bell.
Belle Smith's going to go to the line, going to shoot 2 free throws. 11.3 left to play. This is when you take a deep breath and you trust what you've been doing all year long in Sheridan Yellowjacket Arena every day at practice. First one falls off the bat. Timeout, Benton.
So that'll leave them with 1 timeout. Sheridan is out of timeout. 11.3 seconds to go. 42-41. Sheridan.
The only thing I'm making sure I tell everybody in that huddle is we're not going to let number 1 beat us. Once the ball comes out of her hand, she doesn't get it back.
Correct. I don't know that you don't just pick her up full court and try to deny and not let her get it, because with 11 seconds, if she gets the ball in her hands, let's be honest, she's not giving it up.
Good point.
I don't think. If she's on my team, I'm telling her not to give it up.
Looking at the board, looks like she has 26 to lead all scorers. 1 free throw left for Belle Smith. The guards are going to go ahead and be in the half court.
Man, that's a long full timeout, huh?
Belle Smith with 1 free throw remaining. 1 point lead for the Yellowjackets, 42-41. Shot clock is off. 11.3 left to play.
This is a really big free throw for Bell right now.
I want to see a make or an offensive rebound. Hits the front and falls in. We're going to get back in the half court quick. 1's going to be on the ball. She's going to skip the ball. Don't let her get it back, as we said. Foul on the baseline with 4.5 left to play.
So that's going to be number 4 on Lily.
Number 13, Audrey DiGiovanna at the line. First one is a miss. How important is this offensive board on a miss? It is the biggest rebound of the night if it's a miss.
And Coach Brakebill just yelled at Ainsley, you got to pinch number 1 right here. Don't let her get it. That's off. Oh, no.
Comes down to Benton. Clock's running. Miss. Rebound, Mason, Wilson. Red lights go off, and the Yellowjackets hold on to win 43-41 in Panther Gymnasium.
Move to 4-3 in conference. You get a big road win. I don't care what Benton's record is when it comes to this rivalry, this arena. It is a huge road win in conference, right?
Absolutely. And to have Bell go to the line and make that final free throw, that was huge for the Yellowjackets. Mason with tons of big rebounds. It's just fitting that she got that last one. Lots of good basketball tonight. I'm super pleased with the defensive effort all night long. The way that we were able to shut down the transition, and then to have the rebounding night we had led us to that victory.
So, sum it up here. Leading scorer for the night, Lily for Sheridan has, leads all scorers with 12. Mason had 11 points. Bell with a big second half, 7 points in the second half, has not finished the game with 9. Kinley Melton and Addie Grimmett finished with 4 apiece, and Sadie Krause had 3. You notice a hold there that I didn't call Ansley Stevens' names on points. But the things she did in this game. When we went man, she draws Kaczynski. Huge assignment. Rebounding the basketball, leading all rebounders is Mason Wilson with 12, so she gets that double-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds. Kinley Melton, big off the bench, 6 rebounds, 3 of them offensive in the second half. Lily had 3 rebounds, Bell had 4 rebounds, Ainsley with 5 rebounds. So real big rebounding night for Ainsley. And then you go to assists. Ainsley had 4 assists. Lily had 3, and a couple others had one apiece. So again, how big of a road win is that to come on the road, win in conference against Benton after you had a big game against Whitehall on Friday. So you hope you can go to Texarkana whenever we get to go to Texarkana, and I don't know. You're 4-3 in conference now, so you're on the positive side of 500. If you're Coach Breakville, that's what you're in the locker room right now telling the girls. Great win. Was it always super clean? No, but it was a very, very hard-fought win. So we move on to the next game for the Lady Jackets, and right now we move on to the next game for the Yellow Jackets for the boys team. We got the sponsors up. There's 7.5 minutes to go. We'll come back with 2 or 3 minutes to go. We'll hit on the games, on the boys game, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you to our sponsors who are up on the screen. Here we are. Welcome back to Benton. As we get ready for the boys' game, there's about a minute to go in warm-ups, so we will get ready for the starting lineups here in just a moment. So the last time we saw Sheridan was Friday night at Sheridan against Whitehall. Again, we talked about that crowd, jacket ball night, and I mean we were rocking and rolling.
My favorite thing about jacket ball night this year was Beckett Scott's 16 assists, record-setting assist numbers, and I know there's one or two of those little guards from jacket ball that on Saturday didn't worry about scoring. They were looking for passes. They were looking for ways to give it up to their teammates the same way Beckett did on Friday night.
And they did, and EA's little brother made a behind-the-back, no-look pass in the lane. That was just, it was fun.
The whole scorers table, I remember that one. Yeah, the whole scorers table jumped up on that one.
Yes.
That's what being those little guys, looking up to these big guys is about.
So here's our starting lineup for Sheridan. Sophomore Beckett Scott, who set that school record in assists. Sophomore Jace Gatlin, who will set some sort of record at some point, right? I mean, he
at least transition threes.
Right. Junior Dawson Griffin. Senior Lane Bickford. And did I miss him? Where's DJ?
Get on your feet. Pull out your phone and turn on your flashlight. Let's get ready to welcome your Benton Panthers.
He just ran out from the locker room, so I'm guessing he had to be in the locker room.
Sophomore number 3, Brian Cal Jr.
For Benton, number 3, Brian Cal Jr. You might remember him from Whitehall. He's here at Benton now. Jacoby Lee is a junior, listed at 6'4". Peyton Bolding, number 20, a junior. Javarius Russell, the lone senior in the starting lineup. Little brother of Braylon Russell, Razorback running back. And then Anthony Spratt Jr., one of the highest rated players in the state.
So, kind of a theme, and unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know how it works. For a couple years, it was just a free-for-all. You could go anywhere you wanted, but now you're back to, here we are at Benton, especially in their boys program. We talked about Kaczynski in the girls game, being from Bryant. You've got boys here that have kind of come together from around the state, especially the Central Arkansas area. So it is what it is. You have fun with it, I guess, and move on. But that
record 6-0 for both teams in conference play to get started tonight. The tip finds its way in the hands of Benton. Not very often a point guard is going to win the tip against the Yellowjackets this year, but Anthony Spratt Jr. is that guy. Baseline layup for Jacoby Lee starts the scoring tonight for Benton, 2-0.
So here you go. Coach Scott is very big tonight on ball control and ball defense and getting back in transition. You're talking about a team that wants to run, and here you go. There's DJ getting back.
That's Russell with a layup in transition. Russell scores the next bucket. Here comes Beckett Scott, puts on the brakes. 3-ball Beckett Scott. Puts on the brakes. Brian Cal goes right by. That's Brian Cal. Like I said, you might remember him. He was in the conference last year as a freshman phenom at Whitehall. Now here with the Benton Panthers. Ball off the backside, rebound, big rebound by Jace Gatlin. Gatlin's going to handle the ball as the guard finds Russell at the top. There's Beckett Scott up top in the logo. A little bit further out than he probably wanted to start. Going to work the ball to the baseline. Didn't find the baseline, found Trotter up top. Trotter handles the ball around the top. Once Cal's going to, they're going to call a travel there on DJ Trotter.
Benton's going to play a very aggressive man-to-man defense because they want to turn you over and get out and run.
Absolutely. Coach Scott said earlier today that the biggest thing, kind of the same theme in the girls' game, the biggest thing that can happen tonight, positive, is if we can get in our half-court defense.
That's right.
Transition defense and live ball turnovers that turn into layups for Benton. It's kind of how they amp up the whole room. You heard the music. The band didn't play during the break. They were playing their pump-up music ready to go. Brian Cowell acts as the point guard up top. Swings it to Russell on the left side. Back to Brian Cowell, a very skilled guard. Spratt, also a skilled guard, but stands about 6'6", is on the far wing right now. Ball finds its way in the hands of Peyton Bolding. Miss off to Griffin. Not sure why we're outletting to a post player, but Griff says he understands, pats himself on the chest, and then throws that block against the concession window. Baseline for Benton, 32 left on the shot clock. Spratt finds the ball at the elbow. They're going to call a foul on Trotter, I think. Black 4, that is DJ Trotter.
And, it's a little bit of a big game for DJ. He came to Benton for a year and then decided to come back to Sheridan, so he knows a lot of these guys, played with some of them.
Cal from long range, steps into the three, makes the bucket. Ball finds the hands of Beckett Scott. Brian Cowell has a tough defensive situation tonight. They switch back. Beckett finds Jace up top. Another ball screen action there on the left side. Great pin on the switch.
Good pump.
Wow. Lane Bickford, patient and calm layup. 2 points. 7-5 Benton.
And who got that assist? Dawson Griffin.
Dawson Griffin, big to big.
The way they love to play together.
I don't know. Coach Barnes, who's the AD here at Benton, used to be the coach at Cabot. I've given him tons of credit this year on all the big-to-big stuff that Sheridan's running this year. He was the guy, so he'll get to see some of his old actions tonight. While I was talking turnover by Benton, going to come into Jace Gatlin. And for the first time tonight, here comes the Blue Crew. We hear him back there, dressed in their best fraternity wear. They have made the trip over to Saline County. Pass into Griffin, ties the game 7-7. This assist goes to Jace Gatlin. Big post bucket by Dawson Griffin. Looks like a 3-2 zone look from Sheridan. Shooter on the right wing, off the front of the rim short. Jace Gatlin with another rebound. Rebounded from that backside. Jace Gatlin handles the ball. Russell dancing around. Crowd goes wild as he makes a miss. Dawson Griffin settles in. Back to Jace in the middle of the lane. Comes off soft. Jace finds the ball. Offensive board. Handle that basketball. Bucket. Jace Gatlin, 9-7 Yellowjackets. 4:01 left to play in the first quarter. Jace Gatlin playing much larger than his 5'10" frame so far in the first quarter.
He's so active. He's had his hand on a couple of passes already, got some deflections. So, he's just everywhere, right?
Spratt on the baseline, pull-up jumper, bucket. Ties the game at 9. 3:38 left to play. Ball back in the hands of point guard Beckett Scott. Again, Brian Cowell on the man assignment there against Beckett. Switching all screens.
Off his foot.
This one gets away and in the hands of Russell. Foul Jace Gatlin in transition. Foul Jace Gatlin. Benton's going to have the ball in front of the scorer's table. 3:26 left to play in the first quarter. This is the pace we expected.
Yes. I don't know that Coach Scott wants to get out and run completely like that, but Benton for sure does.
Ball on the perimeter around the top. That's Russell. Finds in the high post look by Cal. Miss.
Got to come up with that, guys.
Offensive rebound comes down to Lee. Ball again moves around the perimeter. Spratt from the left side in front of the Sheridan bench. Another guard rebound. This time Beckett Scott getting the room to run. Ball finds Trotter on the left wing, misses the three. This time guard, another guard rebound, this time by Benton. That's Brian Cowell. Russell in the corner for three, missed. Spratt with the putback. Spratt with the forceful putback. That's how we'll talk about it. Ball finds Lane Bickford up top, back in the hands of Jace. Jace is going to drive. Wow. In comes Ethan Anderton for the first time tonight. Coach Scott implores Trotter to rebound when he gets back in the game. Baseline inbounds, Yellowjackets. Found EA. Welcome to the game, EA. Gets to the rim. Yellowjackets will retain possession on the baseline, 15 to shoot. 2:20 left in the first quarter.
Block off the backboard. Like I said, it goes back to Sheridan still. Well, Sheridan retains possession. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound to Lane.
Comes
the
down
glass.
to Russell. Big transition again. 10 men going full speed. Finds Spratt in the corner. Shot fake. Pull up.
I think he's crazy. That is crazy.
Gatlin's going to get called with the foul, with the hit. That's going to be Gatlin's second foul here in the first quarter. Coach Scott says play well with two. Spratt to the line to shoot two. Sub coming in for Benton, Xavier Jones. Senior guard Xavier Jones in for Peyton Bolding. In this group, I would say that Jacoby Lee is the forward, but really this looks more like a five-guard set to me. For the first time, a little full court pressure. Beckett Scott has the ball. Xavier Jones is going to draw the new assignment. He's got Beckett Scott one at the top. Beckett finds Dawson Griffin. Dawson into Bickford. Bickford brings it down, stolen by Brian Cowell. Spratt across to Russell. 3-2 zone defense by the Yellowjackets. Big spread zone offense by Benton. Lee is able to get his own rebound, moves her back around the perimeter. That's Russell. Russell's on the ground.
Walk!
Russell's on the ground, throws it out of bounds. Turnover by Benton, back to the Yellowjackets. 1:30 left to play. 13-9, Benton leads in their home gym. 1:30 left to play. Full court man. Xavier Jones on Beckett Scott. Little run and jump action. Finds Lane Bickford at the top. And they're going to call a foul on Brian Cowell Jr. Benton number 3 at the top of the key. Ball's going to be on the baseline. We'll take it.
Yes, we will. But if that ball's on the baseline, that should have been a continuation and one.
Great baseline defense. And Jace Gatlin threw the ball to me at the scorer's table. Turnover Yellowjackets. Turnover Yellowjackets, ball back to Benton in front of the scorer's table right here in front of me. Anthony Spratt Jr. is going to take the ball out right here. Ball comes into senior Xavier Jones at the top of the key. He brings it to the high post. Cal goes to the rim. Contested very well there by Lane Bickford. No fouls called, back to the Yellowjackets. Under a minute, Coach Scott calls a set. Beckett Scott handles it with his left hand, finds Jace on the left side. Now to Dawson Griffin, who's going to get all the way to the rim. Finger roll layup, basket. 13-11, Benton still leads by 2, 41 seconds left to play. Spratt to Russell, 26 on the shot clock. Coach Scott calling their offensive set for them based on all the film study he's done. Again, ball finds the post. Cal brings it back out to Spratt. 22 seconds left in the quarter, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Cal looks, one dribble pull
Over the
up.
lane.
That's going to be Russell for three.
Did not hit.
Comes off to Gatlin. Steal by Spratt. Backside tip layup. 4 seconds to go.
Get him off him.
Beckett Scott from half court.
That's good. Oh. Looked really good off his hand.
Yep. Shot it from the half court line. 15-11 lead by Benton here in their home gym. First quarter.
And I'll say this, and we're broken records, Coach. Offensive rebounds. How many points does Benton have off offensive rebounds in the first quarter? And look at the score. I mean, it's a 15-11 game after one quarter, and I think they have 6 or 8 points off. I mean, they've got a bunch of offensive rebounds and putbacks. So, you know, Coach, we heard Coach getting on DJ coming out. Got to block out. That's going to be a theme tonight. If you can get on them and limit their second chances, because they're not an overly exceptional shooting team, I don't think.
They're going to get their buckets at the rim. Lots of one dribble pull up, mid range stuff by Brian Cal in the first quarter.
Right.
Spratt had the ridiculous putback and the baseline pull up. Yellowjackets, usually we can live and die by the three ball. I don't know that we shot a three in the first quarter.
The buzzer beater. But
yep.
other than that, I don't know that you're wrong. Take that back. Right off the bat, Beckett made one.
That's true, and on the one where he put the brakes on, you're correct.
Yep.
Here we go to start the second quarter. Yellowjackets are going to have the ball. Again, full court pressure, man defense. They showed a little bit of run and jump there. Benton showed a little bit of that run and jump to get the ball out of Beckett's hands in the first quarter. Jones stays in the game and has Beckett Scott as they move it around the perimeter. Beckett Scott, little ball screen action with Dawson Griffin. We're going to say the ball stays with Sheridan, tipped by Benton. Another baseline inbounds look. Benton's done the best job so far on defending our baseline inbounds so far this season, too.
Yes. Now, they've also got height to go to combat some of our height, right? And that's what's been our advantage a lot of times this year.
Dawson Griffin, little dig there by Jones. Back to Beckett Scott from the top, just off the front.
What a rebound by Jace. Foul called on Brian Cowell. They're going to put it back on the baseline, I think. I thought he made the shot. He did, but I think he called it on the floor.
That's Jace Gatlin for three.
Oh,
off the back rim.
It was on.
Got to hustle back. Every time there's a miss, Coach Scott's screaming, get back, hurry, hurry. Ball's in the left corner to Jones. Jones's three is out.
Ooh, they called a block foul.
Referee describes that as a flop.
So that's three on Jace.
You are crazy.
He didn't touch him. The referee said he didn't touch him. Coach wants an offensive foul, and he's telling the referee that he didn't touch him, Coach.
Wow. We got a sub. We got a sub. All right. Here at the scorer's table. Going to check back in the game. I kind of got into all the excitement there. Coach Scott and the young official having words. To the free throw line, number 20, Peyton Bolding. He's going to miss the first one. Benton still leads by 4, 15-11.
So DJ checked in the game. What we failed to mention earlier, freshman Wilson Reed checked in at the quarter.
Peyton Bolding makes 1 of 2, 16-11, 5-point lead. Wilson Reed handles the ball. He's got Russell on him. Benton continues to switch on most of the screens and passerbys. So now we've got Beckett Scott. Going to call a travel on Beckett Scott. Back in the hands
Because
of
he got pushed.
Russell. Russell from Benton handles the ball, finds Brian Cow in the logo, calling their offensive set. Spratt comes up to set a ball screen, little two-man action between Spratt and Cow. Cow finds his way into the lane, finds Jones on the left side. Dribble pull-up, comes off to Beckett Scott. Very impressed with the way the guards are rebounding on the backside for the Yellowjackets. Beckett has several, as well as Jace Gatlin. Beckett Scott all the way to the rim. Going to call a pushing foul, and we're going to shoot 2. Foul called, so we're going to put Beckett Scott at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Still 16-11, 6:32 left to go in the first half. First free throw is good. Falls over the front of the rim. Free throw for Beckett Scott. Subs coming.
Lane Bickford checks back in for DJ. So go back with the bigs.
Lee checks back in for Benton.
Beckett
Back to
hits
the
them
starters for the Benton Panthers. Brian Cow with the ball. As Spratt finds his way to the corner. Russell, Spratt in the corner, back to the top with Russell. 3-2 zone defense for the Yellowjackets.
15 to go on the shot clock.
Bolding finds Cal at the free throw line. Bolding with the ball, kick out to Russell. Russell's going to get to the lane, lay it up, and it falls off. Rebound this time by Dawson Griffin. Ball handled by Beckett Scott. Big time retreat dribble. Finds Dawson Griffin, back to Beckett Scott.
Oh, he had it.
Great job by Beckett Scott to realize he was getting the double team and backs it out. Finds Dawson Griffin. Coach Scott calls the timeout. That's where we got the whistle. "30-second timeout by the Yellowjackets. We're going to have the ball across the way right before half court when we come back. Sponsors logos up. Want to say thank you again to everybody who supports Yellowjacket athletics, Yellowjacket academics, just the community leaders who are involved in all that we do on all of our campuses in the East End and in Sheridan.
Yes, and these sponsors, not just academics, not just athletics, they support our teachers. I know tortillas. Probably how many times have they fed the staff at all the campuses? I know some of these sponsors, some of the different meals for staff and stuff. So you can't thank them enough for this for the donations and the stuff they do for the community.
16-13. Benton still leads. 5:51 left in the second quarter. That was the first time out called of the game. Beckett Scott on the right wing. Ball screen action with Dawson Griffin. Beckett Scott's going to handle it up top. Going to find his way in the lane. No foul call. Come down to Spratt. Spratt to Russell. Rebound's going to come down. We're going to give that rebound to Beckett Scott. He gets ahead to Dawson Griffin. Another soft finger roll layup. Great touch by the big man, Dawson Griffin. 16-15, cut the lead to 1. Russell up top, swings the ball. Going to find Cow up top. Now Brian Cow to Spratt, left wing. Russell, kind of free throw line extended. Brian Cow from the top makes the 3. 19-15.
And listen, he made that 3 with Wilson Reed had a hand right in his face. Couldn't have been any better getting there.
I thought that he may have even got a hand on it, but it went in. So we're going to give it to Brian Cow.
Timeout, sure.
That was the scouting report. Can't give up those live ball turnover that turn into layups. Very quickly, the lead stretches to 6 for Benton. Brian Cow with the last 5 points for the Panthers.
So I want to point something out right now that you don't see all the time. We all know the dynamics. Coach Scott and his son Beckett, and Beckett's the point guard, and It's a demanding job. It's demanding a job enough to play point guard for Coach Scott. Beckett, couple turnovers. Coach isn't happy. But what you saw, if I'd have gotten one of my kids' faces like that, they're not looking me in the eye while I'm talking to them. Beckett Scott never lost eye contact with his coach. So that is something you don't see a lot with kids anymore. And that's I'm going to brag in a time of turnovers, a little bit down. I'm going to brag on Beckett Scott in that nature. So he's got a tough job playing for his dad, right? So very demanding.
Absolutely. Reed, skip pass across to EA. Remember, we've got Jace Gatlin on the bench with 3 fouls in the first half, so EA is going to get lots of minutes.
Wilson's going to get a lot of minutes. You're going to see number 20's down there trying to shove his shoulder into Dawson Griffin.
Big skip, Beckett Scott, floater, Wilson comes out. That should be raised.
And it is.
I did it too. It's going to be Yellow Jacket ball under the basket.
You're welcome for planting that seed.
Man. Anthony Spratt would have hit his head on the backboard.
If he'd have been, you're right.
What a specimen to be 6'6" and handle the ball like a point guard.
Yeah, and speaking from experience, it doesn't feel good when you hit your head on the backboard when you jump like that. I mean, it's
Fisher-Price doesn't count.
Hey, nerve. That's nerve.
Great entry pass. Ball falls off the front of the rim for Bickford, so it's going to be Cal again. Remember, he's got the last 5. Ball comes out. We're going to run transition. Go Wilson. Wilson leaves it for EA. I feel like EA got bumped a couple times.
And all they call is him standing on the baseline.
Here comes DJ Trotter back into the game.
Got a sub.
DJ Trotter's going to come in for Anderton. Basketball back in the hands of Brian Cow. This time he's going to give it to Peyton Bolding as we bring it up the court. Spratt to Bolden. In the corner to Lee. Woo! Oh, let's hope they both get up. Wrist injury looks like for Lane Bickford.
I think he's going to try to shake it off. I don't know. We'll see.
They're going to go ahead and let him get out and let the trainer take a look. Miss Tiffany's going to look at Lane's wrist over here on the side.
So you have a very trusting Coach Scott putting Jace Gatlin back into the first half here with 3:32 to go with 3 fouls. So you're trying to trust that Jace will. You're taking away some of what Jace does. He's super aggressive on defense, right? And that's what makes it good. He gets so many touches, so many tips. Now you got to try to control some of that to not take some of those chances that's going to cause you to pick your 4th foul. So we'll see what happens.
Brian Cowell now has the last 7 points for Benton. Wilson Reed did a great job getting into the lane for the lane touch. Finds Dawson Griffin. Now it's DJ Trotter at the top. Oh, he's pinned. Turnover, DJ Trotter. Wasn't able to get it into Dawson Griffin.
And Dawson was asking for it up, and he tried to go down with it.
Yeah, when you got 6'6", 6'7" there, I'm throwing it high every single time. Ball finds its way into Spratt. Little pound dribble. Cal feeling it. This one comes off. Spratt with a huge board. Off to Beckett Scott. Big rebound. Dawson Griffin. Beckett Scott's going to take it in transition. Again, he turns on the brakes. Transition 3. Wilson Reed. Bucket. Beckett Scott with the assist. Perfect confidence from Wilson Reed. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Jace Gatlin gets the steal. He's going to have a chance to get to the hoop.
And one, baby.
For an and one bucket right here. And the student section goes crazy. That's what Jace Gatlin brings on a regular basis. Great job there on the steal. And one. And I just saw the trainer head to get ice. So usually when you ice something early like this,
you're done.
That might be the end.
We'll see what happens in the second half, right? We'll see. So now you're going to see the offense for defense. You're going to bring in Landon Odom for Jace on a make. Try to protect Jace as much as you can. Of course, he's the one that got that steal right there, right? Filled the passing lane, jumped the passing lane, and gets it, makes the free throw.
Quietly, Sheridan slides back into a real close game here. 23-21, 2:23 left to play in the half. Ball's going to be in the hands of Spratt. Back to Xavier Jones. Russell on the right side, Spratt. Oh, EA went for the shot fake and then kind of runs up underneath him. They're going to call a foul on Ethan Anderton, going to send Spratt to the line. Ball's going to be Spratt comes to the free throw line. First one is going to bounce off the back and miss. I don't know that I've said this all year long, but I think I'm going to say it one time for fun. Ball don't lie. All right, makes one free throw, stretches the lead. 3-point lead for Benton, 24-21, 2:06 left in the half. Ball in the hands of Beckett Scott. Grip on the rim, boom! Hangs on it. Now we got to get back and play defense. Can't celebrate for long.
What a great look by Beckett Scott.
Great diagonal pass. I am so glad that Dawson went with two hands off the back of the rim.
That long rebound.
Long rebound. Russell, soft little floater, comes off to the Yellowjackets. Reed with the ball, finds Lawson Odom. Now Beckett Scott is going to get everything to set. Great job.
Coach Scott calling for that.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear that through our microphone. We're right here at the bench here with Coach Scott. Brian Cowell was guarding Beckett Scott. Brian Cowell's guarding Beckett Scott. Already had 2 fouls. Coach Scott is imploring Beckett to go ahead and go with his left hand. Gets the 3rd foul right there on Brian Cowell Jr., so he's going to take a seat here with under 2 minutes left to go in the half. Great entry pass.
Got the mismatch down there. Go up, Griff.
Get up.
And one. Boom.
On the floor. On the floor. Still going to shoot 2 free throws. On the floor. Still going to shoot 2 free throws.
Oh.
That is the 5th foul. Coming to the table to check and see what's going on. All right, so after all that's cleaned up, 24-23 Benton right now. Even the scorer's table thought that was a bucket, so they had to take points off the board. Dawson Griffin's at the free throw line shooting 2 for the bonus. They waved off the make, and they're going to let him shoot 2 for the bonus. Tie game, 24-all, 1:11 left to play in the half.
Exciting. This is great. This is what you expect from 2 6-0 teams, right?
This one comes off to number 20, Peyton Bolding for the Benton Panthers. Tie game, 107. If you have a heart condition, being in this gym tonight's not been your favorite place. Both games have been real close all the way throughout.
Carey.
That's Jones over to Russell. Russell is able to make the 3 over Dawson Griffin's extended hand. Going to stretch the lead back to 3 for Benton. Beckett Scott up top. Handled by Wilson. Finds EA. EA up to Griff up top. Running a set.
Oh, it was there.
Had the post look. I wish he could have stayed. Going to stay here for another look. More free throws for the Yellowjackets. Spratt can't believe they called the foul.
Fouls on number 5, Spratt.
Both coaches giving the referees all they want. Both coaches giving the referees all they want on both ends. They just want it to be called fairly.
As we all do. We all just want it to be called fair.
Dawson Griffin with another make. Can't go unnoticed that Dawson Griffin, 6'6" post player, makes free throws like a guard.
That's right. That's right.
Odom comes in some big minutes there as a young guy. Does a great job, handles the ball, handles the pressure.
Handled it pretty well right here. He caught it a couple times down here on the wing and dribbled it up and took care of the ball. Way to go, Coach.
Yep. All right, ball comes off the back of the rim, ends up in the hands of Russell. Russell's in the logo. We're stretched a big 3-2.
No shot clock. 13 seconds left. 2-point Benton lead. Clock goes under 10, and now
That's
they'll
going
start
to be
into
Jones
the
with the ball at 6 seconds. Swings it left side, Russell. He just made one from a near spot. 27-25.
Coach Scott is pumped, as he should be. It's a 2-point game on the road at Benton, who many will say is the #1 team in the state, defending state champions. And Coach Scott is got his troops fired up.
One of the things Coach Scott said, and I heard during the first half, is he mentioned all the stars by several of the names of the Benton players. We're playing right with them, 27-25. 2-point lead for Benton. Going to hang out here during halftime. Coach Bridges just walked by again, the athletic director from the Panthers from Benton.
So real quick, we'll talk about the first half. Leading scorer, Dawson Griffin. He's really putting in the work down there on the block. Went to the free throw line a couple times. Just 2 for 4 from the line. So Dawson is really putting in the work. 10 points. Jason Beckett, both 5 apiece. Wilson with 3, and Lane Bickford with 2. Rebounding, Dawson also has 5 rebounds. Jace was 4 with 4, and Beckett with 3. So that kind of, walks along and rocks the stats for the first half. You do have Jace Gatlin in a little bit of foul trouble with 3 in the first half. Came back in the second quarter after picking up those 3 fouls. Comes in, gets a steal, gets a bucket in the foul. Does a very good job of not picking up another foul. So we'll take a few minutes here. Benton's dance or cheer, whoever it is going to take the floor. We'll take a little break here as you look at our sponsors. We want to make sure we thank them again. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Benton. We got 38 seconds to go in halftime. Coach, what a night.
Man, I'm sitting here with Braden Seitz, and he just said it. He said, this is high-level basketball being played at a breakneck pace.
I mean, this is so fun. Great atmosphere here tonight. The Blue Crew is here in droves. Super fun night. As usual, the Sheridan faithful have just look behind us. This side is full. And it's just so fun to be here. Our boys are playing great against the defending state champion. 2-point game at the half. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Well, the winner of tonight's game is going to be the sole owner of first place in our league. I think if you would have asked 100 people, 99 of them would say that Benton is far above everybody else. There, it's Benton and then everybody else. I think so far here in the first half, we've shown that maybe it's Benton and Sheridan.
Lane is out.
Just got word that Lane Bickford is out for the remainder of the game. They're going to make sure that his wrist is okay. So that is the word.
At halftime, I think it was his hand, so it's not down on his wrist. I don't know, weighed his hand, but that's a huge loss for the Yellowjackets. You hope the best for Lane, and hopefully it's just something minor, a little bruise or something, and he's back before you know it.
As we come back out, little change for Benton. Xavier Jones, who got several minutes in the first half, is going to replace number 11, Lee, to start. So they're going 5 guards to start the second half. Ball finds Jones on the right wing.
Wilson Reed gets a start in the second half in place of Lane.
Big contest by Dawson Rod. Slapped out to Benton. That's going to be an offensive board for the Panthers. Is there in front of their bench here in the second half. Trotter along the baseline, no whistle. Big rebound on the backside by Wilson Reed. Ahead to Trotter. Trotter all the way to the glass. No contest. Layup good. Basket for Trotter to start the second half and tie the ball game. Here at 27 points each. Under 7 minutes to play. That's Brian Cowell handling the ball. Over to Spratt on the right wing. Great job.
Good help by Wilson.
Ended up giving up the baseline, and the ball moves around the perimeter well. Spratt decides he's going to go to the rim. Foul called on Wilson Reed. 2 shots for Spratt.
They did give it to Wilson Reed. I think everybody in the gym, except for Coach Hendricks down there for Benton, is wondering where that came from.
And oftentimes the quote-unquote best player in the gym gets the benefit of the doubt. And the only good thing that happened there was Dawson Griffin threw it 3 rows up into the student section.
He did do that.
Spratt makes both free throws. That's going to give them a 29-27 lead. Ball being handled by Chase Gatlin. Ball moves around the perimeter. DJ Trotter. Great cut. Gatlin with a little spin move. Fade away. Bucket in the lane. Great touch around the rim. Lots and lots of shots being put up when nobody's watching for those to go in at the rate he makes them.
And that's a good look by DJ. I think he missed Beckett on the first cup and then caught Jace on the second one, right? So very, very good. How late can you make a call?
I thought that Dawson Griffin did a great job with a big contest there. Our favorite official.
Get up, Dawson.
Our favorite official calls the foul. Little and one action. Looks like it's going to be an ankle for Dawson. Ooh. We're back to check on Dawson. Is he going to limp it off or he's going to go by himself? I think that's the best thing that could happen.
That's right. That's right. He can walk it off himself.
Again, once you untie that shoe and put ice on it, that usually ends.
So we'll see. We'll try to keep an eye on what it is. I just asked Coach tonight after the JV game if senior Landon Blank, who just got cleared last week and has had 2 monster JV games, as in 22 points tonight.
That's 2 20 balls then, because he had one the
Yes.
other night against Whitehall too.
I asked him if he was going to get some varsity minutes tonight. And he said, nah, he probably needs a couple more games to look who just checked in the game.
Landon Blank in the game, number 1, coming back off an ACL injury. Senior Landon Blank, welcome to the game. 32-29, Benton leads.
And listen, if he can work his way in, if he can get in shape, if he can get back, and he's looked absolutely fantastic those 2 JV games. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it translates in the varsity.
He has been the talk of JV basketball over the last week in Sheridan High School, for sure. And here's his chance to get some really important clock against the Panthers at their place. 32-29, Panthers lead. Beckett Scott dribbles into a 3 ball off the back of the rim.
Look at Wilson go up and compete.
Wilson Reed was not going to give that basketball to anybody else, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Great job by Wilson Reed right there, going up real high to get that rebound, come down with it. Hey, got to love what the freshman's doing right now.
Alternating possessions, so that's going to be the Yellow Jacket ball on the baseline. Beckett Scott's going to handle the ball around the perimeter. Back to Jace Gatlin on the far wing, right wing. As is customary, we're in front of our bench to score in the second half.
So Benton and a man. Like you said, they switch everything, but Spratt was on Beckett Scott right there.
Foul called on the baseline. Beckett's going to end up at the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul's called on Russell. Russell, the senior, came to Benton with his brother several years ago.
From Lakeside.
First free throw rattles around and falls in. 32-30. Still a 2-point lead for Benton at their place. 5:34 left in the third. Both free throws make. Down by 1. 3-2 zone. Wilson Reed's in the middle. High post has been the Achilles heel here tonight. They keep finding the high post player. Swings it across to Spratt, back to Russell up top. Brian Cowell in that high post look. He and Lee kind of take a switch. Russell from the top, off the side. Big offensive board this time by Lee.
Big steal by Beckett.
Stolen by Beckett Scott. Timeout by Coach Scott.
That's going to be his 3rd timeout.
Gotta
he's
be a
got
full.
2 left.
Got to be a full, so we're going to sit for a minute.
Get a little set here as we put the sponsors up on the board. Sheridan down by 1 with 5:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Just called their 3rd timeout, so they've got two timeouts remaining.
I'm going to make a guess real quick as we talk about sponsors. I see Sports Stop here on our list. They're over on Rodney Parham. Usually about this time of year, after the first of the year, they put all their team shoes on big discount. So if you've got a player who's got a handful of games left or just need to check on a pair of sneakers, Sports Stop might be the place to go take a look. They do a really good job keeping us looking good on the sidelines, uniforms, shoes, equipment, all those things. So I'll give them a shout out. Check them out over on Rodney Parham.
They're trying to clear out some inventory to make room for baseball gear and soccer gear and softball gear.
1-point lead by the Panthers. I think this record is correct. The Panthers currently are 13-6, 6-0 in the conference. Those 6 losses aren't against teams that are our size, I promise. 1 or 2 of them are probably from out of state. Their in-state record is quite nice. Here we go with the Yellow Jackets in the ball. Into Gatlin. Full court pressure continues to be the look. Brian Cowell's going to take the ball, and Wilson Reed at the top in the logo. Found Beckett Scott in the high post. Kind of looked like a Benton look right there. Going to stay with the Yellow Jackets off of Russell. That high post looked real similar to something that Coach Hendricks from Benton's been calling all night long. Re-entering the game for Benton, Peyton Bolden. Ball on the baseline, Yellowjackets. Again, this has been a night where we have not had the ease of making the buckets on the inbounds plays that we've had against most of our opponents this year. Foul called on Benton. Foul on 0 on the reach around.
That's his first foul. Now, your question's got to be, he's been doing it all night. Why is it all of a sudden a foul, right? I mean, and coach has been asking for it the whole first half.
I'm not going to say anything other than I'm glad it got called.
Yes.
Thank you. Ball's in the hands of Jace Gatlin over here on the left side. He's going to work Russell. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And you could hear it in the blue crew up there. Someone said the same thing. Oh, my gosh.
Worked just enough to get the space he needed over Russell. And the Yellowjackets take the lead, 33-32. 4:16 left in the third. So halfway through the third quarter, Yellowjackets lead by 1. High post back out to Jones. Welcome back to the game, Dawson Griffin, and the crowd is going to let him hear it. A little bit of an ankle twist, but he's gonna fight through it. Ready to go, back on the line.
Did he already shoot the first free throw?
I didn't see it if he did.
Yeah, pretty sure that substitution wasn't supposed to have been made yet, but hey, it is what it is.
First free throw goes down for Jones. Coach Scott's working the scouting report over on the sideline with Trotter. He's got specific things he wants to do with specific players. I've often said that he does as good a job as anybody I've ever seen on preparing for an opponent. His film study and then how he gets that information to his players is special.
Oh, I think Beckett thought that one was down.
Good look by Beckett Scott. I think everybody in the gym thought it was going to go down. Rebound comes back off to Benton as they lead. We have a tie game at 33.
Oh.
Jones with a miss. Big rebound by Brian Cowell underneath. Black 13 on the foul.
That's Dawson. That's his second.
Dawson with 2. Brian Cowell to the free throw line.
And I think you're seeing, for Landon, going back to Landon for a second, Landon Blank, you're seeing a little bit of what is the difference in JV and varsity.
The speed?
The speed of the game, the aggressiveness, the having to put a body on someone. You know, sometimes in a JV game, guys don't quite go after the rebound so hard, but these guys are really working. And Landon kind of got caught right there, trying to almost out-jump someone for a rebound instead of putting a body on them, you know. And that's stuff that he'll work back into.
Skip past the lane. Landon with the ball on the far wing. Back up top to Wilson Reed. We got two guys on Scott. Not sure what we got on there.
What was the call?
What was the call?
What was the call? What was the call?
Stepped
said
on
that
the
Landon
sideline.
said he stepped out. He was, from here, it looked like he was about 3 feet from the side.
Said he stepped on the sideline. Ball is back to Benton. Benton leads by 2. 3:07 left to play in the third quarter.
I guess I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because we got a bad angle from here, but it's all the way across the court. But
that's Brian Cowell back to Russell up top. Russell finds Spratt on the baseline right corner. Russell across to Spratt. Spratt for 3, leaves it short. Ball comes off to Dawson Griffin. Beckett Scott's going to handle the basketball, bring it up into the front court. Skip all the way. Wilson Reed, right wing. Boom! Assist, Beckett Scott, bucket, Wilson Reed. Same shot he made in the first half. Same pass
same
Beckett
play,
made.
same play, same.
Yep.
I mean,
Russell to Spratt in the dunk spot. Back up top to 0. Jones. Jones to the left wing. Peyton Bolding, skip pass to Russell. Russell back in the short corner, dunk spot for Spratt. Works his way to the rim, makes the layup.
That's a tough move. Tough move. Coach Scott is asking DJ to be a dog. He needs the dog in him. And if you're going to win this game, we all got to be dogs, right?
Beckett Scott at the top of the key. Foul on the floor. Jones with the two hands to call the foul on the floor. Going to be Beckett Scott on the baseline.
Well, Beckett did it to him again. Beckett put on the brakes, and he lost his footing. And instead of just giving up an easy basket, as Beckett saw it, he grabbed a hold of him.
That may have been just to stay on his feet.
Yes.
He got both hands on him again right now. Beckett handles the ball, 35. New shot clock with the foul. Beckett Scott's looking for the entry pass. Finds Reed, who's able to get it into Dawson Griffin. Dawson fights the foul. There's
Fight,
the,
DJ,
there's
great.
the fog. And there's the
What?
Okay, so Coach Scott asked DJ to be a dog. I think he passed the test right there.
He just did
big
that.
time,
for sure.
big rebound by Wilson Reed. I would say there was at least one and possibly two fouls. We're going to keep going down one. 37-36, Benton leads. 1:05 left to play.
And Wilson took a pretty good shot to the head. I mean, I don't know how you teach your kids not to swat down, and Spratt swatted down and took the arm, the head, the ball, everything with him.
DJ Trotter from the left side.
Oh, it was down and out.
Everything
In and
but
out.
the bucket.
And then look at DJ sprinting all the way back. So I think he's taking a little bit of what Coach said.
Spratt's able to push a 15-foot floater over Jace Gatlin for the bucket. Steal in the backcourt by Cal. Jones leaves it short. Jones leaves it short. Another jump ball. Ball comes into DJ Trotter. Shot clock is off in the third quarter. Not sure what Benton is upset about, but Coach Hendricks is on the scorer's table about something. 7 seconds left to play. Ball to Gatlin. Fly by floater on the back of the rim. Foul. Foul call.
You're correct. You're crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. No.
So what we've got is a foul on
Landon Blank.
Blank. Benton is in the bonus, so they're going to let Benton. They're going to let Benton shoot 2 free throws.
All right, we need to get in there and rebound. No, there's a half a second. You got to go rebound. You got to go rebound.
It's part of what happens when you're here at the scorer's table.
You missed it. You did.
All right, we're going to shoot 2 free throws. They put a half second back on the clock. And they're going to let Spratt shoot 2 free throws. Don't let it be. We're going to shoot one more. The only thing we can't allow here is a tip bucket on a miss. He's going to make both. Ball comes in. Horn blows.
It wasn't right.
All right, so we're going to enter the fourth quarter. Benton has stretched their lead to 5. Griff's going to come back in the game with the hurt ankle. Glad to see Dawson's able to come back in the game.
I know that Lane Bickford has big hands, but that hand right now is so swollen right over there on the bench that looks like he's got a little bit of a knock coming out the side. So Lane is a little bit hurting. Dawson's ankle, they're trying to keep him up and keep him active and keep him moving. You don't want him to sit and, you don't want him sitting and getting stove up, so you got to keep him moving. So 5 points going into the fourth quarter. You hope moving forward that, like Coach Scott is begging for, that the players get to decide the game. We want to see, sometimes you can see officials insert themselves, and we don't want to see that. So
you can't let this change the game.
That's right.
Coach Scott said that was a game-changing call, and that's right. But now it's over. We got to move on.
That's right.
And I'm sure in the huddle just now he said that to the players. It's time to get back to what we were doing. We're going to give the ball to Benton to start the fourth. They've got the arrow to start the fourth. So that's going to be how the fourth quarter begins. Back to the game, 5-point lead, fourth quarter.
This can be a very, very exciting 8 minutes.
Ball comes into Russell. Clock starts to begin the fourth quarter. Got Spratt in the high post. Russell from 3. Basket goes down.
So right now we got to gather ourselves. This is a big possession.
Ball in the hands of Beckett Scott. He's able to get all the way to the
Huge
rim.
bump and one.
Great drive. Great drive by Beckett Scott. Layup off the left side. Going to shoot one free throw. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're hoping to get one back from the official. We'll see if we can steal one with our words.
Listen,
Jace with another touch and tip as the ball moves around the perimeter. Big skip pass all the way across, back to Russell. Same spot as the last one. This one does not find the basket. Spratt can't find the basket. Huge rebound. Dawson, huge rebound. The entire Benton defense stays back in the backcourt. Dawson Griffin is going to have the ball with Spratt. Big post move. Big post move. Another bucket. Down 3. Yellowjackets down 3. 6:59 left to play. Big defensive set here. Setting up in the 3-2 zone. Going to float it over to Brian Cow, who's going to take it back in the middle.
I don't know that a healthy Dawson Griffin doesn't throw that one down.
Basket Brian Cow. Timeout Dexter Hendricks and the Benton Panthers. 5-point lead for Benton. 6:44 left to play in their gym. Everybody's involved in this game now. The fans, the cheerleaders, the players, the coaches, and the referees. We are all pumped for these last 6:44.
We've got a lot of basketball left in this game, and I'll tell you is this. There were questions coming into this game, just how good is Sheridan? 6-0, they've beat everybody they've played so far. Just how good are they? And you can watch them and see how good they are. But this is going to be the true test. Everybody pointed to it. This will be the test. Hey, with 6:44 to go, regardless of what happens here, Sheridan has shown they belong in the conversation.
I want to say what Coach Scott would tell you right now. There are no moral victories.
I understand.
I guarantee you
but
that would be what he would tell you right now.
I'm just telling you that they have shown they belong, right? They have shown they belong here. So the hype, I think, is real. And you know what?
Got a stoppage in play because the clock and the shot clock didn't go. So now we're going to have the Yellowjackets are going to have the pressure thanks to the clock stoppage. Ball comes into Beckett Scott.
What the heck?
Right here in front of us, Joe Scott finally has had enough. He bangs on the scorer's table and get what he deserves.
Yes.
The foul's going to be a foul on Coach Scott, a technical foul on Coach Scott. Benton's going to shoot a couple free throws.
What a joke. Absolute joke. That he got two hands straight in the back right in front of the referee. Two hands straight in the back. Two hands. Unreal. I'd like to see a replay of that video.
That does count as a team foul, yes. So the second free throw for Spratt goes to the line to shoot the two for the technical. He makes them both.
All right, Coach.
Huddles the team very quickly. We got one fan on the Benton side that's telling everybody what's going on. Here we go.
I'll tell you who that is.
I know who that is. Not going to give him the celebrity status.
No,
but I know who
I
that is.
totally agree. I totally agree. Now, that's either a foul or that's our ball.
We're back. Bucket by Brian Cow. 10-point lead now for Benton. What we didn't want to have happen, the turnover ball, big rebound, Brian Cow, swing. We're going to keep the ball for Benton. Ball in the hands of Russell up top. Back to Russell, going to shoot the three ball. It's off the back. Rebound, Brian Cow Jr. Put back, make, up 12. Timeout over here for Dexter Hendricks and the Benton Panthers. Man, that happened quick.
But that's what happens when we talked about it, right?
Yeah, and it's passed. Nothing we can do about it now.
Nothing we can do about it now, but I wish I could say I've never seen that guy do that.
Well, fans are hot, students are hot, and obviously Coach Scott was hot. It bubbled over.
Right. So it went from a 5-point game to 12 points in a matter of about 45 seconds of game time.
And the pressure is amped up.
Yes. This gym has got even more electric. And now we're just going to let guys step over him when he's on the ground.
Hey, the Benton is looking for Sheridan anthem.
Yellowjackets are going to call a timeout and put a pause on this. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. 5:18 left to play, 53-41. Benton leads. The speed is unbelievable. They are really, really athletic, really,
very
really
athletic,
fast.
very fast. You know, you see a team kind of going. What do you do? I mean, they're still a good enough team that you can't give them anything, right?
Ball in the hands of Russell. Russell over to Cal in the corner. Spratt takes that corner. Back to Cal. Kicks it over to Russell all the way across and in the post to Lee. Back over to Spratt in his right-hand corner where he seems to feel the most comfortable. Around to Russell. Shot clock is at 10. Russell to Cal. Cal with a push floater off 2 feet. Really, really good look for Brian Cal Jr., 55-41. Foul is called.
This is fourth.
Reach foul on number 3 from Benton. That's going to be his fourth. In comes Anderton.
He comes in for DJ.
Anderton in for Trotter. Looks like we're probably going to try to get an over-the-top post throw. Weren't able to do that, so we're just going to get it in the backcourt to Wilson Reed. Mercer is a post look for Dawson Griffin or a elevator screen for a 3-ball. Steele Benton ahead to Cal, ahead to Lee. Layup bucket for Benton. 57-41. The lead continues to grow for Benton. Big hustle by Lee. Ball goes out of bounds. (57-41), 16 points. In comes Odom. EA loses the ball to Benton. They don't slow it down. They don't check up. Back to Russell. Spratt all the way across. Odom gets a hand on the ball, ends up in the hands of Cal. This time it's a 1-foot floater. Miss. Spratt. Foul on
Odom.
Landon Odom. First foul of the night for Odom. Keeps Spratt from getting the ball above the rim.
Yeah, a hard foul, but you want to teach them. Don't let them get an easy bucket, right? Spratt makes the first one. .355 to go, 58-41. Like I said, this game got out of hand in a hurry.
I just looked up at the scoreboard and noticed that Brian Cal Jr., the transfer from Whitehall, has 22 tonight. I don't think he had 22 in both games combined last year. They're just finding him looks in this offensive set. Ball's going to be out of bounds to the Yellowjackets on the baseline. 3:44 left to play. 59-41 lead for Benton. Ball comes in. Turnover. Benton with the layup off the glass. Quickly, the Yellowjackets back the other way. Timeout, Benton.
Timeout, Benton.
.333 left to play. Ever since the quarter occurred, everything has kind of been all Benton's way.
Yes, kind of unraveled real quick. They amped up the pressure. Okay, they came out, made it a point. They were going to put a lot of pressure on They really turned up the pressure on Beckett, denying him on the inbound, making it really hard for him to catch the ball, making things really difficult. So you have that happen, and then you have a couple of calls that don't go your way. The technical foul on Coach Scott. You kind of run into a spot where you have to overcome a few things, and in a team like this, every time Benton has a little bit of something, they get a little bit of something. Like I said, you can't give a team like that, they're good enough, you can't give them anything,
All right, ball comes into the baseline. (3-2) defensive set for the Yellowjackets. 3:21 left to play. 20-point lead for Benton. Ball's going to move around the top. Feel like that timeout was kind of to take the air out of the ball a little bit.
Right.
Shot clock's down to 10. They're going to go at 6. Brian Cowell from the top. 3-point bucket.
Ryan Carroll Jr. for 3.
Ball in the hands of Jace Gatlin on the right wing. Finds Beckett Scott. Pulls the 3 ball from the top. Matches the last bucket. Here we go. Coach Scott calls man defense this trip. Going to play the gap. Man defense, 2:31 left to play, 20 on the shot clock. Wilson Reed draws Spratt. Russell with the offensive foul, ball back to the Yellowjackets. Ball back to the Yellowjackets.
Landon Odom with the offensive rebound. Puts it back up for 2, so good play by Landon there.
Spratt guarded by Wilson Reed. Far side around the half-court spot. 2:01 left to play. Spratt's going to give it over to Cal, guarded by Trotter up top. Cal kind of plays it a little bit, brings it to Spratt, going to go all the way to the glass. Again, we're going to have a good, clean, hard foul. I'm going to let Spratt shoot too.
There'll be a second foul on Wilson Reed right there. Kind of getting left on an island against one of the better players in the state, right? So.
Spratt back to the line. 18 is the lead for Benton. The Yellow Jacket fans have started to have a conversation now with Spratt on the floor.
Right. And he's actually allowing them to get in his head. He's bringing them into it with him. And
Spratt comes out of the game. Looks like he maybe has a busted lip. (20 points, 66-46.
Minute 40 left in the game. Wilson Reed brings the ball across half court. Finds Beckett. Spin by Beckett.
Beckett gets his own board.
Rebound.
Odom with the bucket. Cuts the lead by 2. Again, Cal brings the ball and Benton brings the ball across half court. Once they get across half court, they kind of take it easy. That's Russell from range off the back of the rim. Big rebound comes down to Russell. Oh, looks like number 20, Peyton Bolding, stepped on a foot when he landed. Looks like he stepped on a foot when he landed. He is down. Jim kind of goes quiet. Anytime there's an injury, we don't want anybody to get hurt.
That's right.
This is Peyton Bolding, the junior. Went up high for the rebound with 3 or 4 guys. Long rebound, lots of traffic. Looks like he came down on somebody's foot.
He's
right
been
ankle.
hustling around all night. He's been diving on the floor. So
He's kind of that grit guy for them.
someone's got to be, right? And he plays that role. Or at least he has tonight. I haven't watched a whole lot of their games.
He's not putting any weight on it. That makes me a little nervous.
That's right. So, you have earlier with Dawson. Dawson was able to walk off under his own power, and now Bolding is not putting anything on it.
And again, absolutely not a dirty play in any way.
Right.
4 or 5 guys went as high as they could for a long rebound. They just all landed in the same place.
That's right.
Best wishes that it's just a kind of a scare freak accident. They go back and they ice it, and he's back at practice in a day or two. Benton brings the ball in. That's number 3, Brian Cal Jr. up top to Jones. 1:02 left to play. Going to call a foul on Gatlin as he reaches around.
So Jace went a long time before picking up his 4th.
Yes, yes. Both teams will be in the bonus moving forward from here. Feel like we're going to put the ball on the sideline, but they decided to put it on the baseline. Comes in to Russell up top, and there's the 5th foul. Foul this time on Beckett Scott. That's going to take Russell to the free throw line. I'd be interested to see what the free throw discrepancy was tonight. How many we shot versus how many they shot. Free throw made by Russell.
He's standing right there. Yeah.
One more makes 68. Russell makes both free throws and will be subbed out of the game. .58 seconds left to play. Yellowjackets are going to have the ball. Beckett Scott brings it in all the way to the lane.
And one.
And one. Dexter Hendricks throws his hands in the air. He just said, don't foul, don't foul, don't foul. And exactly what happens. There's a foul. Into the games, Ross Stevens, number 14.
Sophomore.
Had a really big JV game the other night at Whitehall. Probably getting rewarded these minutes after working his tail off and practicing in that JV game. Beckett Scott makes the free throw, and he'll come out of the game. Anderton will take his spot on the floor. 49 seconds left to play. Ross gets the top. Guards Jones. We got a backcourt violation, and we're going to go the other way. Ball goes to the Yellowjackets. Great defense. Great defensive trip by Ross Stevens. Playing even here late in the game. Shot clock is off. 30 seconds left to play. That's Wilson Reed with the ball. Finds Odom. Great job jumping to the pass, ripping the ball out of the way. Wilson Reed's going to handle it up top, get all the way to the rim. DJ Trotter in the corner, lowers the shoulder, goes to the rim and gets fouled. Jacoby Lee with the foul. Trotter's going to shoot 2 free throws. Trotter's going to shoot 2. First free throw's up and good. Trotter's going to shoot his second. Makes the free
Makes
throw.
them both.
End of the game comes Gunnar Hoyle. "16 seconds, no shot clock. Ball comes into Jones for Benton. He's going to get across half court and probably put on the parking brake.
So here we go. We'll kind of start summarizing things right now as the clock runs out on a 68-53 Benton win. We team to shake hands. So for Sheridan, Becca Scott scores 16. Jace had 9. Dawson had 12, sorry. Jace had 9. Wilson Reed had 6 points. Landon Odom and DJ Trotter both had 4. And Lane finished with 2. Rebounds. Dawson had 7. Becca had 5. Jace had 4. Wilson had 2. And that kind of was the rebound for us. So we'll take this. It was a good game for 3 quarters. Good competitive game for 3 quarters. Had a few things happen there in the 4th quarter early, and it went from a 3-point game to a 20-point game.
Well, the scouting report was we couldn't give up that live ball turnover, and we had to get back in transition D. Both of those things kind of fell apart there in the 4th quarter. Lots of transition offense for Benton. Once they kind of started the fire, we poured gasoline on it, and the buckets kept going. I mean, they kept making shots late, and we ended up where we did. I kind of feel like it's a similar conversation. You got 3 quarters that you can watch and really take care of, and then finally in the 4th quarter, like to be like Coach Cal the other night and say that wasn't our team, and we're gonna not watch that 4th quarter film.
That's right. And you know, moving forward, you try to bounce back from this. You got to let that 4th quarter go. You move on to supposed to play Texarkana Friday night. I don't know how, with the impending weather and stuff, where that's going to go.
Keep an eye out on our social media pages. That'll be telling everybody what's going on. I can't imagine that we're going to play on Friday, but if the weather happens to miss us somehow, then we'll make that trek.
And remember, the broadcast will not go to Texarkana, regardless, weather or no weather. So the next time we will see you is when we go to Pine Bluff next Friday night, the 30th.
They still playing at Jack Roby?
They are.
Okay.
So we're going to get there, and we're going to try to get the best service we can get. Last year, they let us hook to the Wi-Fi, and it was kind of hit or miss a little bit. So maybe they got a little stronger signal. They were real good to us last year. So we'll go there, and between now and then, like I said, we're supposed to have Texarkana Friday. Tuesday night at Yellowjacket Arena is Hot Springs. Comes to town. So we will see everybody from the broadcast, on a broadcast next Friday night, and hope to see everybody at Yellowjacket Arena on Tuesday night. Coach, anything closing?
Just a big win tonight for the ladies. Super excited for them. Kind of moving up in the rankings there. Lots of good stuff tonight for 3 quarters with the men, and I think we'll build on this going forward. Can't wait to see the Panthers come over to Yellowjacket Arena later in the season.
That's right. So, again, we want to thank our sponsors as we shut it down. Can't do it without them, absolutely. We can't say that enough. And we thank everybody for their support, and we will see you next Friday night from Pine Bluff.